Welcome everybody to Daytona International Speedway. My name is Josh Holl. I'm here with the Original Rebels Outlaw Series tonight from Daytona for their awesome opening season race. Thank you for joining us on Intensity Broadcasting. You're in for a treat tonight. We got a doubleheader in store for you tonight. The Original Rebels Outlaw Trucks are going to take on Daytona, and then immediately following is going to be the Original Rebels Truck Series. So 2 Daytona races in a row. Get ready for this because we're going to be doing doubleheaders every Sunday night here on Intensity Broadcasting, on Twitch, on YouTube, on Facebook, and on ER Racing TV. So go ahead and check that out. Let's take a quick look at our this season, what we're going to have for a schedule. And you saw we had the duels last week if you joined us for that. And then we're going to have Daytona this week. They're going to be running 60 laps, which is 150 miles. There will be no qualifying tonight because qualifying was set in the duels. Then we'll move on to Homestead next week, then Richmond, the short track, Hotlanta, Bristol, Charlotte, Martinsville, Kentucky. So next few races will be exciting, and then we're going to have playoffs as well. And the regular Outlaws are going to have the exact same schedule going on, so it's going to be exciting to see that. Let's take a look. So we got practice just finishing up right now, so we're going to take a look immediately at our starting grid. Waiting for that grid to pop up. I just realized that my thing says the wrong information at the top of the screen, so I do apologize for that. Oh, looks like my grid's not going to pop up on this side, but that's all right because I've got a backup plan. And winning the Peg Leg Felts Pole Award is going to be Adam Lang, with Jason Day starting to the outside. Eric Burkhalter to the inside of row number 2 with Michael Swink, our spotlight driver. We'll talk about him a little bit later. In the 4th spot, Charlie Gates and Jeremy Burrell will take out in the 3rd row. I'm sorry, I'm looking at that wrong. Buddy Barnes and Matt Geis will take off in the 3rd row with Charlie Gates and Jeremy Burrell in the 4th row. James Santoyo and Steve Loving, they're going to make up row number 5. Then Phil Manzo and Jameson Mullins be in row number 6 with Tracy Passons and Stephen McDonald. Jerry Kershaw and Eddie Morris in row number 8. Josh Anderson, Kai Shepard in row number 9. Colton Lanford and Ryan Huff round out your top 20. Clinton Rice and Fry Hubbard will be 21st and 22nd. John Schmiel and Josh Thompson, 23rd and 24th. And you can continue to look through for your favorite driver as we're getting ready to go green flag racing. It's going to be an exciting race tonight. I know we have a sleeper pick. My sleeper pick in this one, you know, he's a little bit of a friend of mine. I'm going to put Eddie Morris as the sleeper pick tonight. Eddie's a pretty good super speedway racer. Doesn't really run with the Original Rebels all too much. I know he's planning on running this whole league, but I'm going to put my money on Eddie Morris to have a good finish tonight. As the field is coming through turns 3 and 4. Getting ready to take the green flag. Adam Lang is going to lead him down to the starting line. Jason Day to his outside. That pace truck is getting ready to take a hard left-hand turn on the pit road. And we are green flag racing here at Daytona International Speedway. And already Adam Lang working that bottom line, getting a good shove now from the 71 of Eric Burkhalter. Trying to get something going here on the low side. The high side, though, starting to get some momentum. They're starting to form up there. They got 4 trucks up there formed up. Trying to get a good run down the backstretch here. Looks like the 71 Burkhalter is going to be all over the back bumper of the 52. They're side by side as they go into turn number 3. That 5 Kings truck on the outside, doing everything he can, getting a great push from the 18 of Michael Swing. As they work off of turn number 4 through the tri-oval for the first time. Looks like Jason Day's going to lead. He's going to pull down in front of Adam Lang here, and he's going to take the lead. But he's going to leave the 18 of Michael Swink on the high side, who's getting a great shove from the 2 of Matt Geis. Matt Geis and Michael Swink hooked up on the high side as they come through turns 1 and 2. Trying to get something working up there. Here comes Jason Day back on the bottom side. He's going to clear Matt Geis. Is he going to try to block, or is he going to try to stay in line? Looks like he's going to stay in line as here comes that 18 with another great shove down the backstretch. And you see those, that 52 and that 8 all over the back bumper, doing everything he can to keep him up front here. As they come off of turn number 4 and rocket past. Jason Day now side by side. Adam Lang on the outside now. Made the move up there, trying to get that lead back, and he's going to lead that lap right there. Is he going to clear the 6 of Jason Day? He is clear. See if he takes the position or if he stays up there with Michael Swink. He's going to stay up there with Swink. And Geis up there as well, so you got 3 trucks up there working real well. As they make their way down the backstretch. Oh, a little out of shape from Adam Lang. I don't know if there's a bump draft gone wrong or if he just misjudged the exit of the corner, but he continues the lead. Matt Geis now almost clear on that high lane. Off of turn number 4. And Adam Lang's going to easily lead this lap, but here comes that 6. I'm sorry, yeah, the 6 of Jason Day. Back on the inside with a great push from Eric Burkhalter. 4 laps in, still under green. Great racing. As you can see, these guys really working the draft, really working that push, doing everything they can to stay up front here. A little farther back in the pack, you see a lot of 2x2x2 all the way through the field. A couple cars have fallen off the pack a little bit. You see this group right here, 4 cars kind of hanging back, still have the draft, but just trying to stay out of trouble. But not staying out of trouble, we've got the 43 of Mike Bertosa Jr. He's up on the high line all by himself. And these trucks are 8 seconds off the pack right now. I don't know if something happened to them on the start or if they just decided to stay away. But back up front, Jason Day back to the inside to take the lead away as he's getting a great shove there from Eric Burkhalter in the 21. See the 52 of Adam Lang, though, back on the high side. Another big push. First 2 cars are clear, but I think they're just going to stay up there. We take a look from the gearbox here, and you can see just how good that 18. Oh, the 18 almost looks to the inside. Oh, the 18 up into the wall. That's Michael Swink. He's going to go able to hold on to it, but he's going to fall way back. Oh, he's real loose. I don't know if he has a little bit of damage or what there, but he's got it gathered up, got back in line, and Jason Day easily with the lead here. So here comes Matt Geis trying to give another shove here, but Eric Burkhalter, and now we see the 83 of Bud Barnes getting into the mix on that bottom line. Now you see the energy transfer back to the high side. It looks like Matt Geis might have caught the wall a bit. Oh, 3 wide as Burkhalter puts Jason Day in the middle. Oh, looks like a little switcheroo there. That's a great switch to keep. I don't know. It looks like Day's gonna come back up through the middle. It's gonna be 3 wide. Oh, that's 52 goes around. Adam Lang. Oh, excuse me. Crash into the inside. Green flag stays out. As Matt Geist now in the wall. Oh, the 68 hard. They're wrecking behind. Yellow flag is out. And that's going to bring up our first Kinder Farm and Ranch wreckage rewind tonight. We saw Matt Geist get up into the wall, and see Charlie Gates, Josh Thompson involved as well, Ryan Huff. Just give me 1 second while I get this all sorted out on my side here. And it looks like it starts with the 2 of Matt Geist. Being 3 wide here. Oh, it looks like the 6 just comes up. They make some contact. We're going to take a look here from the blimp. At the same time that happens, the 66 goes around. That's Jamie Mullins. Then Matt Geist comes off the wall, collects the 68 after the wreck had already started, but we see cars just piling in. We see the 18, who Michael Swink, who is fell back due to getting bumped out of the line. He gets involved, hits the wall. See Kai Schappert down there making some hard contact as well. And there's just nowhere to go for these guys. As we see a ton of cars currently on pit lane. You know, these guys do have 1 fast repair. But that's going to give the lead back to Eric Burkhalter when everything's all said and done. I do apologize for me coughing in the middle of that. Do have a couple sponsors of the race as well. Smeal Racing Designs is going to be giving away a best paint, or they're here for the best paint. I'll have to look through those in a little bit. We also have the Ray Cobb Hard Charger Award. Meza Motorsports is the sponsor of the league. The Mr. Irrelevant presented by Magic Mike Motorsports, the P&J Motorsports Hard Luck Award. Post-race interviews will be from Shappy Edits, Peg Leg Felts with the Pole Awards, Schmiel Racing Designs with the best paint, and the starting grid was presented by Magic Mike Motorsports. Let's talk a little bit about our spotlight driver tonight. It's going to be Michael Swink. Michael Swink from Winston-Salem. But living currently in Louisville, North Carolina, 39 years old, Pale Horse Racing, and Reaper Racing. He's got 2 league wins at Charlotte and Talladega. His profession is a Mercedes-Benz parts advisor. He went to Forsyth Tech. His family is his wife, his 4 kids, Brock, Alex, Kaylee, and Tegan. His wife Tommy. His favorite driver is Kyle Busch. He must be happy after the win today. Favorite movie, as most of the guys in here, Days of Thunder. Favorite song and band is Pickup Man by Joe Diffie. He does iRacing and some RC cars. And he's a legal admin and this Outlaw Series commissioner here. As the lights are off on the pace truck, we're getting ready to go back green flag racing here. That pace truck's getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn onto pit road. Green flag is back in the air. We're back to racing. Eric Burkhalter with a great jump. Fortunately, at a place like Talladega, it's not a place you want to get a great jump, because it's going to cause you to fall back, and you can see the 83 going right around him. See the 83 dives down to the bottom. No, he's going to look for a push here from Matt Geis as they come through turns 1 and 2. Get onto the backstretch. Oh, we see Day get a little loose there on that bottom side. So he's giving a big push to Jerry Kershaw. Matt Geis and Bud Barnes on that high side. They got the momentum coming off the corner. Let's see if the 99 Jerry Kershaw can get up here and give a little push. Here they come on the bottom side now. The bottom side's got the energy coming. As they cross the line, Bud led that lap, but here comes Eric Burkhalter back on the bottom side with a great push from Jerry Kershaw and Jason Day right behind as well. Then behind them, Jerry Burrell in the 74. So you got 4 cars real tight at the bottom. You see the 7 of Ryan Garrett getting a little loose on that high side. That's going to kill a little bit of the energy on the high side. That's going to give the momentum back to the bottom. So they come off at turn number 4. 2x2x2 all the way back. Everybody stay in double file. No 3 wide yet. We've already seen what 3 wide can do. So we had a little issue with that earlier in the race, but Bud Barnes getting that great shove by Matt Geis. And as these trucks work off at turn number 2, you can see just how much these trucks wiggle around, and that's not driver error, that's a little bit of the air just moving these trucks around. These trucks do move around quite a bit due to the draft, as Matt Geis has got a great shove going on Bud Barnes here as they come through turns 3 and 4. And as they cross the stripe, Bud Barnes, Matt Geis. So some great racing at the front. So far, our biggest mover of the race, though, looking at that Ray Cobb Hard Charger Award, would be the 7 of Ryan Derrick. Up 32 spots into the 5th position. A lot of big movers and goers, though. Now, Ryan Derrick up into the 4th position. That's going to move him up 33 spots. Jason Rockefeller in the 01. He's up 20 spots right now. Mike Barossa Jr. up 23 spots from the start, along with Ricky Montgomery up 23. So, quite the big movers for some of these guys. As Matt Geis now is going to take the lead. Power move from Geis on the high side to get around. I'm trying to find the replay of that pass here. As we can see, Matt Geis pushing out the 83 and then just dumping down to the bottom by himself to get back around and put himself in the lead. As the field rockets off of turn number 4. Matt Geis continues the lead. He's got a little challenge on the outside, though, from Bud Barnes with a great push now from Ryan Derrick. Trying to move Derrick up even further ahead into that Ray Cobb Hard Charger Award. Oh, looking to go a little 3 wide. Oh, he got a little contact in the back. That's the 6 a day. And Jerry Kershaw, no caution. Take a look to see what happened here. Yeah, just the two of them making some contact and riding off in the A-field. Dave makes a little bit of contact with the inside wall. Jerry Kershaw able to keep it going. Matt Geist, no yellow. Matt Geist still leading. Here comes Bud Barnes now, working that outside. Oh, some big movers on the high line there. Trying to see who that was. That was the 01 of Jason Rockefeller. Making a huge move from the bottom to the top to make something happen. Now the 74, Jeremy Burrell giving a great shove to Bud Barnes. Gonna get them out to the lead. Is Bud? Nope. Bud has Matt Geist back to his inside now. Thought he was gonna come down in front of Matt. If he clears him, Matt, I wonder if he's gonna jump down there or if he's gonna stay up there with the 74. Kind of expecting Bud to make the same move that Matt made on him. Jumping down to the bottom. Here comes Matt Geist back on the inside. Has some great racing up here at the front. Oh, here comes you see the 52 of Adam Lang on the bottom there. After some hard contact earlier in the race. Not using his reset. Deciding to keep that car, save that reset for a little bit later on. So he has multiple laps down at this point. Here comes Matt Geist, though, with a little run back on the inside. Hoping that 71 of Eric Burkhalter gets back to his back bumper. I think this will be a good time as any, as we're going to have pit stops coming up in a few laps. Everybody looks like they're kind of getting strung out here, so let me go ahead and pump up the intensity here. Pumping it up, we're right on board with Josh Smeal, who's going to bring out the yellow. He gets turned. You were live on board with him when that happened. And out of nowhere, it's just gets sent around, and gonna bring up our Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. See exactly what happened here. There looked like a couple of vehicles involved in that one here. We take a look from the blimp here, and yeah, you see Schmiel just kind of a victim of circumstance there as he gets turned around. I believe that was the 06. 22 hard into the inside wall as well. 18 Mike Swink, our spotlight driver, involved in that one. You see the 44 of Hitman Manzo getting a little piece of that as well. And we just happen to be live right on board Schmiel as that happened. And now it looks like everybody's going to hit pit road here as we're getting close to halfway here. Want to throw up a few shout outs here I see on the chat here. We got Corey T. Bragg Jr. saying Evil Empire Simsport, go get him, Ryan Huff. Brandon Wallace says go Pale Horse Racing. Joaquin Meza says super excited to see what Jason Day and Kai do this season. Both had strong endings to Season 2 Outlaw Series. We got Stacy Passons Adcock saying Paul Passons. So let's see where Paul is. I think Paul was involved. There's Tracy Passons here, is what I see on the screen. Currently sitting in the 11th position. First car off of pit road, though. Mike Bertosa Jr. from Winnipeg, Manitoba. I do apologize. I know I threw Eddie out as my sleeper. I don't even see Eddie in this race due to what the lineup was given to me. There's a couple guys in here that were and weren't in there, so let me rethink my sleeper here. Apologize, I'm just getting some stuff on my side figured out here. Did have a little technical difficulties before the race started, so I do apologize for that. Gotta love technology. As the lights on the pace car are off, we're getting ready to go back green flag racing here. Restart on the front row, you're going to have Michael Bertosa Jr. with Jeremy Barral on the outside. Matt Geis and Bud Barnes, your second row. James Santoya, Eric Burkhalter are going to make up your third row. Jason Rockefeller and Mike Wells, Keith Durst, and James Jones, your top 10. As the pace truck takes that hard left-hand turn, Back on the pit road. Green flag's back in the air. And we're back racing here at Daytona. So we see not a great jump here from Bud Barnes on that high side. That's going to give Mike Bertosa Jr. on the bottom here a little bit of a better run here. Jerry Burrell, excuse me, on the bottom. A little bit better run here. Nope, that was Mike Bertosa on the bottom. I apologize. He doesn't have a number on his car. Oh, a little wiggle out of the 74. Jerry Burrell, but he holds on to it. He's going to take the lead here. See a little bit of damage to the side of that 43. Looks like something happened with the 43. Doesn't have a number on it, so it kind of threw me off. So I do apologize for that. But here comes Bud Barnes back on the outside with a great shove from Eric Burkhalter. Eric Burkhalter doing a lot of pushing tonight, doing a great job up there on the high side, doing everything he can to help somebody get out front. He hasn't really been out front himself, though. So they come down the backstretch here. Bud Barnes, a great shove here from the 71 of Burkhalter, giving a great shove. Locking bumpers, getting them right down into the corner. And these trucks, they can push. You can actually stay right on that back bumper all the way around the track. But you don't want to bump. You want to push. If you get too hard on that back bumper, you can send that car around, or the truck around in this case, as we've already seen. As we're about 3 laps from halfway, they come off of turn number 2. Couple cars off the track right now. Hitman Manzo and Ricky Montgomery as the yellow flag is out. That's going to bring up our Kinder Farms Wreckage Rewind. It looks like it was Matt Clemon. See if I can see what happened to Matt here. It looks like, the 6 of Day just kind of misjudges it. Turns him right, rears him right into the wall. So tough break for Clement right there. As we're going to be coming to halfway. Bud Barnes, your current leader. With Jeremy Burrell right behind him. So they pick up the pace truck here. So because Eddie's not in the race, and I do apologize for picking a driver that wasn't in the race for the sleeper pick, I'm going to go with Keith Durst. Keith's sitting back in the 12th position right now. Run with Keith in the Xfinity Series for a while, and he's always one that's kind of quiet, kind of hanging back, and I'm going to pick him as my sleeper tonight. Somebody who might be able to be there at the end and surprise us. We see a couple cars having some issues there under caution. The 18 of Michael Swink is going to be your lucky dog here. Getting back onto the lead lap. That's going to put 31 cars on the lead lap. Don't forget to stay with us after the race, as we're going to have our doubleheader as the Original Rebels Racing League Truck Series take on Daytona for another 150 miles, 60 laps, right here on Intensity Broadcasting. Aaron Tyler Adcock says Eric Burkhalter and Passons need to push it to the win. Right now, Passons is sitting back in 16th, and Eric Burkhalter has been up at the front for most of the race, but he's sitting back in 15th right now. So Eric and Tracy right now, 15th and 16th, they can get hooked up easily. As the lights are off on the pace truck, we are halfway through the race. Bud Barnes continues to lead here. He's going to pick the inside lane with Jerry Burrell on the outside. And the 43 of Mike Bertosa Jr. and Jason Rockefeller are going to make up your row number 2. Man, these guys want me to pick a paint job, but there are so many great looking paint jobs out here, especially those Kool-Aid Monster Motorsports cars. Aaron Adcock says, ready for the Rebels to hit the track. For sure. As Joe Wright's going to have the call with me right after this one, so stay tuned for that. They'll be taking the green at 10 p.m. Eastern. And look for a couple of these guys who are starting a little bit further back. Steve Loving back in the 21st position. He's somebody who likes to hang out at the back and then make his way to the front towards the end. Greg Froelich, another one, back in 16th. He's one that could be there at the end to watch for. Michael Swink, now he's back on the lead lap, back in 30th. He can move his way up to the front. Right now, Michael Bertosa Jr., though, sitting in that Ray Cobb Hard Charger Award. But it is Daytona. Anything can happen. You can go from first to last in a lap. You can go from last to first in 3 laps. So we'll see what happens here as the pace truck takes that hard left-hand turn on the pit road. But Barnes hits that loud pedal. Green flag's back in the air. Burrow with a great jump. Gets back to the inside here. Now he jumps back to the outside. Looks like he's going to try to get to the inside. Yeah, he takes the inside again. Now he's going to get around Barnes. Barnes, though, with a little push here from Jason Rockefeller. Trying to get back up to the front. We see the 43 of Bertosa giving a big shove to Brault now as they come down the backstretch. And you can see the cars or trucks just wiggle. Oh, the 01 looks to the inside. He's going to leave the 83 hung out there. Jason Rockefeller to the point. But no help is because Bud Barnes has the shove from behind from Matt Geist. Matt's going to push him back, but here comes the 74 with a shove back to the 01 of Rockefeller. Through the short chute between the tri-oval and turn number 1. The 01, the 74, got the energy, the momentum coming. Here comes the 33 of Joshua Thompson, though. He's trying to get back up there. Matt Geist to the inside. Gonna leave Burrow. I apologize. The 83 of Bud Barnes hung out on the high side. These are all new drivers for me, guys. I apologize if I say your name wrong or get it wrong. But Matt Geist up into the 3rd spot, using strategy and momentum on his side. Now he's going to jump to the high side. Nope, maybe not. I thought he was going to hop up there in front of Bud Barnes to try to get his way up to the front. Right now, Jason Rockefeller up to the point. Now these 3 trucks are starting to pull away a little bit from behind. They've got him hooked up. As long as these guys behind them keep battling, as they're looking to be 3 wide back here. Bertosa stuck puts himself in the middle lane, and he's going to fall back here. He's in the proverbial sucker hole as now he gets a little bit of a run there and gets back. We see the 08 of Mike Wells now. He's in the middle. We're 3 wide behind the leaders. He's going to tuck up into that high side. We're back to 2 wide. But still, Jason Rockefeller out to the lead right now. Atlantic Highlands, New Jersey native. Nice modified in this picture, so I imagine he runs modifieds in real life. It's a Northeastern boy myself. I love those modifieds as we see a big jump to the outside by Jeremy Burrell. He's going to jump to the point here. Going to hop down in front of the 01. And Bud Barnes right now, he's feeling abused as everybody's using him to get themselves to the front and then leaving them out to dry. Joshua Thompson at 33, though, coming back to the back bumper of Barnes. Trying to make that high lane work again. As they come by the lap car of the 50 of Jonathan Smeal. Does a good job, stays on the apron, out of the way. Very respectful. And Jerry Burrell continues to lead here. And now, Jason Rockefeller jumps up to the high side in front of Bud Barnes. Bud's going to push him out to the front here as they come into turn 1 and 2, as he's going to jump down to the bottom. No, he's going to, yep, there he goes, down to the bottom. No. He thought about it, but stayed up there. Looks like he just didn't have the momentum to keep it up there. He thought maybe he was going to cut off Jeremy a little too much. Or maybe he's trying to pull along Bud Barnes with him. As the both 2 of them are now clear. But they're going to stay up on the high side. Oh, a little bump there from the 83. Gets the 01 a little loose. That's going to allow Burrell to come back with the power on the inside with a great push from Matt Geiss here as they come through the tri-oval. Burrell's going to lead that lap. The lap car stays well down and out of the way. As we run along here with Matt Geiss. You just can see just how tightly these guys are running. Matt pushes up a little off the corner here, but trying to get a big shove here. But Jason Rockefeller thought he was going to jump down in front of Jerry Burrell, but Burrell's got the power now and that momentum on the low side. So we cross the line here for just 23 laps to go here at Daytona. Right now, it's anybody's race, but for some of these guys towards the back, it might be a little bit of go time. Somebody's got to make some moves to get back up to the front. Look at the speeds that these guys are carrying. This is Matt Geiss right now. 184, 185, 187. As now Jason Rockefeller drives down to the bottom lane to take over that bottom lane and take over the point. Here comes Burrell, though. Back to the high side. He's hoping to get a push from Bud Barnes. Bud Barnes and Matt Geiss tonight seem to be the 2 that are doing the most pushing here. They've been stuck in the second spot on each lane for pretty much the entire race. I know Matt did lead a couple laps, and Bud led a couple laps as well. But Jerry Burrow now bound inside, and here comes Bud Barnes jumping down to the bottom. That's going to leave Joshua Thompson on that to lead that high line. Looks like, oh, some blocking now. As Barnes jumps up to the high side, saw the momentum from the 01 of Rockefeller. He decided to jump up there. But now that high side losing some momentum. Now the high side losing some momentum, and the low side starting to come with the 09 at Daniel Stewart right on Matt Geiss's back bumper. And that 3-car little train right there is going to put Barreau back to the lead. And you never want to push the pusher. When you're that second car in line, you want to push that truck right in front of you. But that third truck in line, all he wants to do is just hang off the back bumper. You don't want to get into that truck in front of him because it can cause some problems. As you see right there, Barreau gets a little bit of a bad push from Geiss. But oh! The 09 through the grass here. Oh, he makes contact with the 9 truck. That's going to bring out the yellow here. And our Kinder Farm wreckage rewind. Let's see if we can see exactly what happened here to the 09. As they're coming down the backstretch, you saw the weird bump, 3 wide. Oh, he just comes up into the side of the 43. 43 gets a little loose. He's able to get back out on track. And the, oh man, 09 comes right across the nose of Tevin Whitaker. And just nowhere to go. 46 involved in that late. That was Mike Moorkid. And yeah, tough break for some of these guys who are running so well up at the front. So this changes everything as we got just 20 laps to go. Aaron Adcock says he's a little partial to the 53. But he's the artist, so he's biased. Let's take a look here at that 53. Nice chrome looking truck. I do like it. A little beat up right now. Caught up earlier in a race. It's Jerry Burrell, your leader. Joshua Thompson, Ryan Huff, Charlie Gates, Jason Rockefeller, Mike Bertosa Jr. Oh, a bunch of cars making their way down to pit road. That's going to give the lead back to Bud Barnes. Matt Geiss stays out as well. Jerry Kershaw, Jason Day, excuse me. Jason Day, who was caught up in a couple earlier, makes his way back up into the 4th spot. Mike Wells, James Santoyo, Michael Swink back into the 7th spot. James Jones, Josh Anderson, and Eric Burkhalter. So we're getting ready to re-rack them, restack them, ready to go back. Racing here. The lights are off on the pace truck. So we're getting ready to go back green flag racing in the Meza Motorsports Outlaw Rebel Series. And Harold Barnes takes the high side on the restart, putting Matt Geis on the inside. Jason Day and Jerry Kershaw, your second row. So it looks like Harold wants to get Jason Day behind him instead of the 99 of Jerry Kershaw. We'll have to see how that plays out for him. As the pace truck takes that hard left-hand turn back on the pit road, Bud Barnes is going to lead him back to their starting zone. Green flag is back in the air. Bud Barnes gets out to a bit of a jump here in front of Matt Geis. Matt Geis right now has no help. He's kind of hung out there, but the front of the field really spread out. And at a super speedway, that's not what you want. You want to have friends. You want to have some help. But the 6 of Jason Day makes his way to the lead. And here comes Matt Geis to give Jason Day a big shove here. Bud Barnes getting a shove back. And look at that. Those Kool-Aid Motorsports trucks are all lined up on the high side. Kool-Aid Monster Motorsports. You want to talk about teamwork? There it is. 5 trucks lined up on the high side. Matt Geis is going to jump up in front of Bud Barnes, though, try to take the lead back. As you know, those guys behind him are not going to break away from each other. That's going to put Matt Geis back to the lead. He's going to cut down in front of Day. And here comes Bud Barnes back to the outside. We see those Kool-Aid Monster trucks all lined up, trying to get back around Matt Geis, but Matt Geis has a great shove from Jason Day as they come through turns 3 and 4. And when we cross the line this time, we'll have just 15 laps to go, which here at Daytona can be an eternity. Anything can happen in 15 laps. Bud Barnes now back to the outside of Matt Geis. Was almost clear of him for a second, but Matt was able to stay in front. And as they go into turn number 1, Bud's going to stay up on that high side. I don't think he's going to leave the 79 of James Santoyo. Teammates working together on the high side. Oh, a little contact back there. That looked like Michael Swink making a little contact with somebody. I think it was the 01 of Thompson there. But they keep it going straight. As Michael Swink's made his way back into the 7th spot. He's trying to get himself back up to the front. You see the 43 of Mike Barossa in the middle, getting that sucker hole towards the back. But up front, Matt Geis and Bud Barnes battling hard back here. Oh, big wiggle out of Santoya. As I got the 10 of James Jones up there. The 08 of Mike Wells. The 07 of Josh Anderson. So those are all the Kool-Aid Monster trucks. But Matt Geis doing everything he can to keep those Kool-Aid Monster machines behind him. As they cross the stripe here. 13 to go at Daytona in the season opener. And the one thing that Matt Geis is not hoping for right now is a caution. He wants to see it go green so he can try to stay up there in front. Anybody going to jump to the high side, though? We see one truck. Looks like the 42 of Clint Rist trying to get to the outside there, trying to make it a big run. See if anybody would go with him. Bertosa's going to tuck back to the inside of him here, try to get around him. But as the laps wind down, this is go time. This is the time you need to start making your way up to the front if you're a little further back. If you think you have the run and can do something, go for it. You know, we've seen a couple trucks tonight up at the front that are a little further back. Oh, there's a wrecking behind. Big wreck. Michael Swink involved. Yellow is out. We're going to have to take a look at the wreckage rewind on that one. That was a big one there, as we're going to have to really break this one down. How it actually started with the 18 of Michael Swink. You see the 43 comes down into the 18 as they're running tight there. A little contact is made. That's going to send the 18 around. And when you're spinning around right in front of the field like that, oh, the 30 gets tagged just barely. He thought he was through. The 73. Two guys come piling in at the end there. Colton Lanford says, let's go JBR. I do apologize. I guess there's a little bit of an echo going on. I'm trying to figure that out on my side right now, so I do apologize for that, but I will do everything I can to get that fixed for you here. If anybody hears an echo, just let me know in the chat, because I want to know if everything sounds good on your end there. But right now, up at the lead, Bud Barnes. With James Santoyo in second. James Jones in third. Matt Geis back in fourth. And Jason Day in your fifth spot. And currently, looks like James Jones would be your Ray Cobb Hard Charger Award right now, as he's sitting in third place, 24 spots from the beginning. But as we all know, it's Daytona. Anything can happen. Thank you guys in the chat for saying it sounds good. That's why I wanted to make sure. Again, I had a little technical difficulties before the race started, so I wanted to make sure everything was all right. We got a couple shout outs in the chat here. Like I said, Colton Lanford says, go JBR. Colton was too underpowered, being collected so many times he had to get off the track. And then Tyler, Josh B, and Justin Engel saying thank you. Just letting me know that everything sounds good. So thank you guys. I do appreciate that. Don't forget, we got the chat here live, so don't forget to shout out your favorite drivers. I've been seeing it throughout the race. People giving the shout outs. That's what we like to see. Anybody else want to throw the shout out there? Let us know who you think's going to win tonight. Who your pick is. Or who your pick is for the next race. As we got Harold Bud Barnes taking that outside lane again. James Santoya to the inside. James Jones and Matt Geiss in the second row. Jason Day, Mike Wells, Jerry Kershaw, Josh Anderson, Jeremy Burrow, and Eric Burkhalter, your top 10. Josh B says James Jones in the 10. James is in a great position right now, as him and Mike Wells are both up 23 spots from their starting position, so they're both tied for that Ray Hard Charger. We'll have to see who's going to win it. Is it going to be one of these Kool-Aid Monster Motorsports trucks? Or are we going to have Matt Geiss get his way up to the front here? We'll see as the trucks roll off at turn number 4. They're re-racked, restacked, getting ready to refire here at Daytona. And as they cross the line, they'll have just 8 laps to get it done. Pace truck takes that hard left-hand turn. Barnes hits that loud pedal. And we're back green flag racing. As him and James Santoya get out to a pretty good lead, but they're still side by side. Matt Geiss got the draft and the push. See if he can make that high line work here, if he's going to push Bud Barnes. But he's surrounded by those Kool-Aid Monster Motorsports trucks. Got the 6 of Jason Day there as well, as he's coming through here. Matt Geiss trying to get something going here. Do see a lot of smoke. I don't know if there was an incident on track. Doesn't look like there was. As they come across the line, 6 laps to go. James Santoya is going to lead that lap on the bottom side. Haven't really talked about him too much tonight, but he's made his way up to the front. Down the backstretch they come again. Bud Barnes, great shove here from Matt Geiss. Matt's trying to get him up to the front to see if he can kind of bait him into taking the bottom lane so he can get around. Or maybe Matt's going to think to go to the high side. He's got one of those Kool-Aid Monster machines right behind him. So he knows if he jumps to the high side, he won't have anybody to really go with him. Although Burkhalter is right behind that Kool-Aid machine behind him. So, I don't know, you might get a couple of guys trying to make that high lane work. Oh, we see the 30 out of shape. He's going to get back on track here. No harm, no foul. As is Daytona, it's anybody's race here. Anything can happen. Somebody can get a big run on that third lane and get themselves up to the front. Oh, some contact! Day goes around. It keeps it off the wall. Green flag is still in the air, no yellow. That's going to break up that bottom lane quite a bit, and that's going to hurt Bud Barnes, as he really doesn't have much help behind him. Or Santoya, excuse me. As we see that white truck of Matt Geiss in a sea of green and black, trying to do everything he can to get himself back up to the front. So I'm sure none of those guys are really going to try to work with him. As Matt Geiss is the only truck in the top 6 that is not a Kool-Aid Monster machine. Coming across the line here, 4 laps to go. Some tight racing right behind between Burkhalter and Jamie Burrow. Do a little side draft in there. Can Matt Geiss get someone to go with him on the high side, or can he push Bud Barnes and get him to bait him to get down to that bottom lane so he can get around the outside. Here comes a couple. One truck looking to the high side, 3 wide. I believe that's Clint Rice up there. That was the 73 of Ryan Huff. Ryan Huff was trying to make it 3 wide for a second. He tucks back in line. See if he can, does it again off the corner here. No, here comes. Oh, I thought the 38 or the 08 there was going to go to the third lane, but 3 laps to go here. And again, that 73 of Ryan Huff back to that third lane. Oh, makes a little bit of contact. They keep it straight. He falls back in line. Santoya, your leader. Can he stay up there? Matt Geist now to the bottom, trying to get around Bud. He splits him. He's in the middle, 3 wide. 3 wide for the lead as they come down the backstretch. Matt Geist is going to get around Bud Barnes, shuffle him back into the 5th position, 6th position. That's going to leave Santoya all by himself out there as they come to a lap car. Lap car gets down out of the way. That's the 50 machine. Popsicle sticks are in the air. 2 to go here at Daytona. James Santoya with the lead. Here comes Matt Geist, though, on the outside. He is going to get a little bit of a shove here. There's Jeremy Barreau to the high side as well. Barreau's going to get down below Barnes here, and Barnes is going to get sucked back to the back here. Although here comes the 71 of Burkhalter looking up to that third lane. Matt Geist getting a big shove from the 74. Matt Geist to the lead as they come through turns 3 and 4. As we come in to approach the white flag lap, is it going to be Santoya or is it going to be Geist as they come off at turn number 4? Looking for that white flag. Barnes looking to the third lane. White flag is in the air. Matt Geist has the lead. Is he going to stay there? Is he going to continue to get the push? Or is he going to try to get down in front of Santoya? Oh, the 74 gets turned. Geist gets turned. Oh my goodness, the leader gets turned. James Jones gets through the mayhem. He is the only truck running right now. He's going to stay in it. But he's got a little bit of damage. He's got a lot of bit of damage. He's got some damage to the right front of that truck. Is he going to be able to limp it around and take the win? Mike Wells is 3 seconds behind him and falling back. So we'll take a look at what happened there. But as it stands right now, James Jones and Mike Wells coming to the line for a crazy finish. James Jones is going to get your win here. Mike Wells and Ryan Huff finishes in 3rd. What a wild finish there at the end. Let's whoops. I want to go back. I'm going to bring up the wreckage rewind for a second because I want to see if we can dial in what happened. I know Matt Geist got turned around right there at the end. Folks, that was wild at the end there. We're going to take a look at this from the blimp, because I think it's going to give us the widest view. And the 74 gets a push. That's pushing the pusher right there. That's what happened is Bud pushed the pusher, got the 79 into Matt Geist. You see the 10, our eventual winner, James Jones, going all the way down onto the apron. And he makes a little contact back with the 74, comes back across the track. You see the 31, looks like he's going to sneak on through. 74 comes back through, and then it's just a pile up. Oh, the 07 and the 31 to get together. And that is the rest of the field. It would be easier to tell you what trucks were not involved than who was involved. You see the 73 of Ryan Huff. The C's part for him. And he's able to keep it going here. Oh, makes a little contact with the 31. But behind them, it's just mayhem as they're still wrecking, still trying to come through. What a wild finish. But James Jones is your winner. As you see the Kool-Aid Monster Motorsports cars congratulating each other on the win here. But James Jones is your winner. Both James Jones and Mike Wells would be your Ray Cobb Hard Chargers tonight. Hard Charger brought to you by Ray Cobb, in memory of Ray Cobb. And both James Jones and Mike Wells. 26 spots from where they started. James to take the win, Mike to take second. Also, I know it's usually supposed to be one paint, but the Schmiel Racing paint designed best paint tonight. I'm going to have to give it to the whole team of Kool-Aid Monster Motorsports, as they all, as you see them all lined up there. Great looking trucks. And let's take a look at our final results here. James Jones, Mike Wells, Kool-Aid Monster Motorsports 1-2. Ryan Huff in the Evil Empire Simsport takes third. Steve McDonald and Joshua Thompson round out your top 5. And then Jason Rockefeller, James Santoyo, Clint Rist, Jebby Burrell, and Daniel Stewart round out your top 10. Charlie Gates Jr., Tracy Passons, Matt Geiss, Eric Burkhalter, Jerry Kershaw, Greg Froelich, Mike Barossa Jr., Josh Anderson, and Keith Durst, and Jamie Mullins make out your top 10. Or top 20, excuse me. Let's take a look at the rest of the order here. And we'll be waiting for our top 3 to jump in here for interviews. Again, we want to thank all our sponsors tonight. Meza Motorsports for sponsoring the series. Shappy Edits as a secondary sponsor of the league. Sporting sponsors, we got Kinder Farm and Ranch, Schmiel Racing Designs, Magic Mike Motorsports, Seth Griffith, Pegleg Felts, PJ Motorsports. I also want to give a couple shout outs to E-Racing TV, Reaper Racing, Big Fish Motorsports, Jason Reisman Insurance, Flexible Freight Solutions, Goat Locker Racing, and JC Motorsports. As now we got our... Still waiting for our third place finisher, Ryan Huff, to join us in the waiting room. See if I can find him. It doesn't look like Huff is in the Discord. But our winner, James Jones, is... let's talk to Mike Wells first. Mike, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me? Mike, you got Josh up?
I think I just got pulled over.
You got Josh in the booth? Ooh. I apologize. I had the wrong microphone set up in my Discord. You got Josh in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. I got you, Josh.
Hey, man, congratulations on the second place finish. You, those Kool-Aid Monster Motorsports trucks had it lined up on the high side there, and I thought you guys were just going to leave Matt Geiss behind, but he kind of broke up the middle of the pack there, and y'all had a good run there at the end, a lot of mayhem, and you were able to sneak on through. How'd the entire race go for you? Did strategy kind of play in there to get you guys all up there?
Yeah, we played a lot of strategy together. We communicated very well. We had some pit strategy there during those cautions. I came from about, I think I started 21st or 22nd. We were all over the field to start as far as starting position. Our teammate and team manager, Bud Barnes, kind of dominated the race. And, we were able to get our strategy together for us to get together there towards the end of the race. So it worked out pretty well for us. And then that big wreck on the last lap, luckily I was able to squeak through there. But we all ran an amazing race from Kool-Aid Monster Motorsports. All the teammates, we did an amazing job.
Awesome, man. Well, you answered all the questions I was going to ask you in that little rant right there, but it's exactly what I want to hear. Before we let you go, though, any thanks, any shout outs, anybody you want to thank tonight?
Yeah. I want to thank E-Racing TV, Intensity Broadcasting, Reaper Racing, Big Fish Motorsports, Jason Reisman Insurance, Flexible Freight Solutions, Meza Motorsports, Goat Locker Racing, JC Motorsports, and my personal sponsor, Southwest Graphics and Wraps here from my hometown in Arizona. And most importantly, I think my teammates, Kool-Aid Monster Motorsports, Anderson Jones, Santoyo, Bud Barnes, our team manager. We rocked it tonight.
You did, and both you and James both got the Ray Cobb Hard Charger Award, as you both were 26 spots from your starting position. So awesome job to the two of you. And as the season goes on, we hope to see you and talk to you soon.
Very well. Thanks, Josh. Appreciate it, sir.
Now let's pull in our third place finisher, Ryan Huff, who made it into the waiting room. Ryan, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you loud and clear.
Man, the mayhem that ensued in front of you, and you were able to sneak on through to get up on the podium tonight. First off, before the race started, did you think you'd be talking to me?
Honestly, no. I was starting in 20th, and the goal was kind of just ride and survive and learn, especially since I'm new to this league. This was my first official race with everybody. The goal was just to make it to the end and finish higher than I started. Did I picture that I'd be talking to you at the end? Absolutely not.
Now, as that wreck ensued in front of you, what was the game plan? I saw the C's kind of split in front of you, and it looked like you might have been able to chase Mike Wells down if you had a little bit more time. But, I mean, it was insane to watch here, and it was crazy. So I imagine the viewpoint from you must have been insane.
Yeah, it was like I was kind of laying back a little bit, and I seen everybody starting to wreck, and I just thought to myself, it's like, okay, this is going to go one of two ways. Either I'm going to somehow get through this, or it's going to end like it did for just about everybody else. It was one of those matters. It was just picking a line and going through it.
For sure. As it was insane to watch you kind of split the field, as we're actually watching it right now as talking to you, to get your way through there. Anybody you'd like to thank? Any shout-outs you got to give tonight?
Yeah, I just got to thank my team, Evil Empire Sim Sport. They're great guys. We're an up-and-coming, fairly new team on the sim. Got to thank my sponsors, Doc Sports Bar, Raise Energy, and Retro Viala Designs, 490 Designs for the awesome paint job. They're the ones that handle all my paint jobs I'll be running through this season. Just again, thank my team for always backing me and pushing me to be better every time I'm out.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations on the third place finish, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon later on in the season.
Yeah, thank you. It was a good time. Hope everybody enjoyed it.
We sure did. And finally, we're going to pull in our winner, James Jones. James, you got Josh in the booth. You got me?
I do.
Man, what a crazy end to the race there to get the win. I mean, I know it's not the way you want to win it, I'm for sure, but it's glad to get that first win of the season out of the way.
Yeah, amazing. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. The team worked together real well. It was awesome.
Yeah, I was talking to Mike a moment ago, and I said, it seemed like those Kool-Aid Monster Motorsports trucks got lined up there towards the end, and you had Matt Geis in a sea of green and black there. And I thought Matt was going to try to do something to kind of break you guys up, and it looked like he tried, but wasn't able to succeed, and you just happened to be in the right place at the right time when everybody started going around. What was your view of that final wreck as you got through it?
Looking forward, I don't have three screens, so I just have the main screen. And my spotter up top said, "Hey, they're coming off the wall," and then I got hit, and I jerked the wheel and kept it straight. All I saw was a huge mess, and I just try to cut to the left and stand in the gas and try to get by it and hope for the best.
For sure, and I mentioned to Mike as well, you and Mike both tied there for the Ray Cobb Hard Charger Award. You guys both up 26 shots from the start there. So not a great qualifying attempt, but a great finish here as you get the win. Anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you got to throw out there?
Yeah, I want to thank Kool-Aid Motorsports. That was the #1 sponsor. I mean, he does our paint. He does everything. Bud Barnes is the owner. I also want to thank Kids Lawn Service. Premier Roofing and Exteriors. My teammates, Mike Wells, Josh Anderson, Santos, Bud Barnes. It's just really fun to race with these guys and have fun. We like race every night with each other just to get better. It's pretty awesome. I also want to give a big shout out to my dad tonight. It's his 62nd birthday. So he was watching on the broadcast. So he was writing in my Twitch. So it was amazing to get that for him too.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations on the win. Get that first win out of the way. It's got to feel pretty good as gives your shots to the playoffs a much better hope. So we'll be watching you throughout the season, and hopefully we'll talk to you again.
Thank you. Thanks for broadcasting.
Absolutely. So that was your winner, James Jones, and man, a wild finish, a wild one tonight here at Daytona. Pretty clean throughout the most of the race, but that last caution there at the end was just wild. I mean, we do have another race coming up here in just a little bit, as we're going to have the original Rebels are going to be taken on. And we got the sponsors up here. Let me just clear that out right there. Mr. Irrelevant tonight, another one of the sponsors to give out tonight. And I'm going to have to throw out Charlie Gates for Mr. Irrelevant tonight. I did not really talk about him tonight at all. And he ended up getting in the 11th spot, so just outside the top 10. So, that would be your Magic Mike Motorsports, Mr. Irrelevant, Charlie Gates. Hard Luck Award. Well, that one is going to have to go to the 52 of Adam Lang, who had the pole. Ended up getting caught up in a couple wrecks early. And ended up coming home tonight in the, just saw it, 30th position, Adam Lang. So that'd be your PJ Motorsports Hard Luck Award. Again, don't forget to join us in just a little bit, about a half hour. We'll be going live in about 20 minutes or so to bring back the original Rebels for their race at Daytona. So stay tuned. My name is Josh Holl, and for everybody here at Intensity Broadcasting and the original Rebels, we thank you for coming out tonight. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe. If you haven't already, hit that notification bell. Let you know when we are broadcasting live, and we will see you again in just a little bit. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.
too, Josh. Whatever you're capturing might be working just fine.
Check. welcome everybody to Daytona International Speedway for the Original Rebels Racing League, brought to you by Holl Sheet Metal Heating and Air Conditioning. And we're here for the Daytona 150, the Great American Sim Race. And I'm joined tonight by my good friend and iRacer and super speedway expert, Joe Wright. Joe, how you doing tonight?
Hey man, I'm doing great, Josh. I'm excited to get these Original Rebels back racing. I love calling these races, and man, they're starting at one of our favorite tracks here with the Daytona 150, the Great American Sim Race. Hey, and you know what, Josh? I just want to give you a little shout out from the Cody and Logan show. I appreciate you telling me I'm your favorite, just so you know.
Absolutely. If you don't know what that is, a couple of our friends over in the iOS series have a little podcast, if you will, called the Logan and Cody Show. They talk about all the iOS racing and they do a couple interviews. It's very entertaining, very fun. I know Joe just got his own segment on there, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so we're here from Daytona for the Original Rebels. We just saw an exciting finish to the Outlaws race where coming off of turn number 4, there was only 3 cars left running as the entire field piled up in the corner. And yeah, exciting race there. And now we're looking to have another exciting race here at Daytona in the Original Rebel Series. At the top of the board right now, Aaron Adcock is your fastest truck.
Yeah, and we're at a super speedway, so it just, practice, fastest speed, doesn't matter as much as, say, a mile and a half or something like that, but, that shows that Aaron Adcock knows how to get around here and maybe use some of that draft. We'll see how he does in the race here in a little bit, as we got about 5 minutes left in warm-up, and the field has already been set, right, Josh?
Yep, the field is already set, so we'll go over that in just a moment. I do want to throw out a couple of our sponsors tonight. We will be giving away a few awards tonight. Such awards as our sleeper picks. Me and Joe will each pick a sleeper pick from Reaper Racing. We'll also have our Ray Cobb Hard Charger Award, the driver who gains the most positions at the end of the race. PJ Motorsports have the Hard Luck Award. Magic Mike with the Mr. Irrelevant Award. Our post-race interviews are going to be presented by Shappy Edits. Peg Leg Felts will be your award winner, your pole award winner. Smeal Racing Designs for the best paint. So, and then our starting grid will be also by Magic Mike Motorsports. While we've got a second, let's take a look at. I thought I had it up. Give me a moment. Let's take a quick look at our spotlight driver while we have a second.
Yeah, man, one of my favorite drivers here in Original Rebels Racing League, and one of the most humble guys that you'll ever talk to. Old Mr. Logan Sargent from Warren, Ohio. 27, profession, law enforcement, has a family, a girlfriend, Kimmy. Favorite driver, Jeff Gordon. Favorite movie, John Wick. Favorite band, AC/DC. And Josh, you got the rest.
Absolutely. We got hobbies. He rides motorcycles, shooting range and iRacing. Favorite quote is, you can't hurt them. You get hurt them back. You get killed, walk it off, Captain America. Interesting fact, he's met President Trump, Vice President Pence, and Jerry Springer while on the job. He's the lead admin, Xfinity Series commissioner, owner of Big Fish Motorsports, and defending Daytona champion.
All right, well, he's got some big shoes to fill tonight, as he's going to go for 2 in a row then, hey, Josh?
For sure, and I run in his Xfinity Series. He does a great job putting that on. So I want to thank him from the bottom of my heart, because I enjoy running that race every week. Something I look forward to week in and week out.
And it's one of the toughest things in iRacing to back up what you did the season before with another win, especially at a place like Daytona, where you and I both know, man, you can get around here for 140 laps, but those last 10 might get you.
Well, and we do want to talk about our awesome broadcasting schedule with the Original Rebels Racing League. A lot of people don't know, but the Original Rebels and Intensity Broadcasting have merged to bring you racing 7 days a week.
It's just awesome. I think it's great. It's great for the broadcasting side of it. It's great for the racing side of it. It's great for the fan base that we got when we built up here at Intensity. So go ahead and check that schedule out.
Yeah, so Sunday you're going to have the doubleheader, the Outlaw Trucks and the Rebels Trucks. Mondays you've got Street Stocks, Legends Coupes. That's going to be over on Rebels Racing Network. That's their own network there. They do some of the smaller series. Tuesday they have their Dirt and their Late Night Cup. Wednesdays their Open Wheel. Thursdays their 87 Cup. Then Friday here back on Intensity Broadcasting, you're going to have the Xfinity Series. And Saturday nights you've got the Cup Series. So don't forget to check out 7 days a week for the original Rebels, as well as 7 days a week on Intensity Broadcasting. Because we have a couple of series that we have, our iOS series, our Dirt series on Thursday night. So,
Yeah, I mean, iOS goes what? It's Monday to... Well, no, not Monday.
Monday, iOS, Monday,
yeah.
Tuesday, Wednesday.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then, we got those mixed in with original Rebels. Basically, you watch racing on Intensity Broadcasting 7 days a week for the most part.
And you can find
Pretty
that
cool stuff.
you can find that not just on Intensity Broadcasting online, but you can also find us on eRacing TV. So don't forget about that awesome little app there on the Roku. We'll take a look at our schedule coming up the next couple weeks. As we've got Daytona tonight, 60 laps, 150 miles here. And then next week we move over to Homestead, one of my favorite tracks. Me and Joe just ran there last week.
It'll be in 2 weeks, Josh. I'm going to skip the holiday because we got a little 4th of July action this coming weekend.
That's true.
So let us have a little break and go enjoy our families on the 4th.
Yep.
Hope everybody out there does the same in America.
Absolutely. And then we'll move on to Homestead in 2 weeks, for 100 laps there. Me and Joe just took on that in the iOS series. That was a great race. If you haven't seen that already, we got it replay. Check that out. The Richmond, then Atlanta, Bristol, Charlotte, Martinsville. I mean, make sure short tracks, long tracks, everything right there. So got a great season ahead of us, Joe. I'm looking
Josh,
forward
we
to
might
it.
have to find a way to broadcast from Watkins Glen International Raceway on Sunday night.
Yeah, we'll have to see what we can do. Me and Joe will be in Watkins Glen in August for the Cup race there.
Yeah, so if you're showing up to the Glen at all, or Richmond, or Talladega, I'll be at all three this year. So come check us out. Find me. Shoot me a message on Intensity.
Joe, we are getting ready to grid them up here.
Sounds great. I'm stoked for this race. I love the trucks. I love Daytona. The drafting package that the trucks have is perfect. I don't think there's a better one in the sim. So it should be a good race.
For sure. So let me just get...
So Josh, we got to pick a sleeper, right?
Yep. Go ahead and pick your sleeper tonight.
Man, there's so many.
So your pole award, your pole award tonight goes to Jesse Necula. Outside of him is going to be Kenneth Farmer. Second row is going to be Spencer Gay and Patrick Drabick in the 07.
In the fifth spot's going to be Mike Veith. In sixth, Zach Wetstein. Seventh's going to see Jamie Barkus, and then outside of him will be William Griffith.
Then you're going to have Jason Lottridge in the ninth spot with Kyle Roberts, rounding out row number 10. Josh Lokovitz in the... Oh, their grid just changed. Josh Lokovitz in the 11th spot, and Gary Wright in 12th.
Yep, so I got Chris Heiner, Chuck Pegleg Feltz, Garrett Kinder in the 14th spot, and Mickey Isaac 15th. Christian the Coach Dedman rolling off P16.
Yep, 17th is going to be Alex Veith, then Jim McClendon, Todd Schott, Joey Buscemi, and Brandon Wallace. That's going to be your top 20 right there. And these guys are already taking the field, so we'll just scroll through here. And Joe, who you got for your sleeper tonight?
Man, so tough. I'm going to go with somebody I haven't seen here yet before, and he's starting P38. I'm going with Mike Hombeck.
It's a great choice right there.
In the 19 machine.
Yeah, my pick tonight is going to be old Pegleg. Seen a lot of improvement over Chuck the last few, actually most of the season in the Xfinity Series. He runs almost every night with these guys, so he's somebody to watch for. He's going to be starting back in the 14th spot, and I imagine he'll move himself right up to the front here, so should be a great race. Bud Barnes says, good, clean, hard racing for the first race, and Curran Church said this should be interesting. Hope to put on a good show for you guys tonight. We hope so, too. As the field's all lined up 2 by 2 as they come off turn number 4. Pace truck's getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn on the pit road.
Give us a shout out in the chat about the paint you like best tonight. We got to pick a paint winner for tonight.
Green flag's in the air. Jesse Necula on that loud pedal immediately. He gets going. Looks like Kenneth Farmer got a little bit loose there on the start. He's going to fall back a little bit. Spencer Gay, though, giving Necula a great little shove as they come through turns 1 and 2.
Yep, Necula neck and neck with the 59 machine of Ken Farmer, like you said, and man, they're not giving up on that outside line. Pretty even as they come off the turn 2 down the backstretch. Necula's going to pull ahead just a little bit. We're 3 wide for second spot, you know.
Yeah, 3 wide as they come down the backstretch. Ken Farmer stuck in the middle there, and that's not really where you want to be as you come into turn number 3 here. Sorry, that's not Ken Farmer. That's the 07 of Patrick Drabick. Yep, Drabick getting in the middle. He made that move work. So he moved himself up into the lead on the high side.
I like the early aggression, but it can be dangerous that early in a race here at a super speedway. But here goes Drabick now with a little challenge as they head down into turn 1 through the short chute. He's got a nose on him. Let's see if he can make the pass into turn 1. I don't think so. Necula's going to pull back to him here, I think. As you see Farmer push up the hill just a little bit, that's going to give that 84 a great run on the bottom.
Zach Wetstein up in that third row on the high side. He's got William Griffith right there behind him. See if they can make a little move. We know Zach likes to be aggressive, especially at these super speedway races. He likes to lead a lot of laps and see if he can get himself up there.
Well, the best place to not wreck is at the front, Josh, but if you do, it's taking out the whole field, so.
That's for
He's looking inside, Zach looking inside. He's peeping that big gap that these guys are leaving now. That's giving them that good run because it's actually pulling some air off those guys on the inside line and giving them a good run. We're letting them open that steering wheel up, and that's how he's getting that little nose here again into turn 1. See if Ken can stick in behind him again this time.
While that's going all back here, take a look at Logan Sturgeon back here, our spotlight driver. He's already up, making some moves, up 10 spots from the start here, trying to make his way through the field. He's doing a good job of it right now.
Necula getting a good push from the, what?
It's the 69 of Spencer
69. Yeah, yep. He's giving him a good shove down the backstretch, helped him get a little nose over the lead there. Because those guys on the outside were actually giving him a little run for their money. A little speed wobble from that third car on the low line there. I don't know what happened there. Fell off just a little bit. The 9 of Alex Veith.
No, that's Mike Veith. He got a little. He got a little loose there. It looked like he caught the apron just a little bit and had to get out of it. And no harm, no.
Josh Holl.
Pulling Josh Holl. No harm, no foul. He's back running.
Zach Wetstein came over the radio just now. He said, "Hey, 59, I need you to turn the corner a little lower. I can't help you if you guys keep pushing up the track." So, a little bit of help there from the Ford machine, trying to let the Ken Farmer know that, you know, we can get in line and we can make this thing happen, but we got to keep in line.
For sure. We take a look at Zach here. He's got that Pepto-Bismol truck right on the car truck, as Joe would say, right on the back bumper of him. And some big movers and shakers already through the field. So we're working lap number 5.
Yeah, Mike Hombeck's up 7 positions. Ray Page is up 10. As well as Logan Sturgeon, our spotlight driver. He's up 11 now to P25.
One driver having a little issue. Jason Lottridge, way off the pace. 20 seconds behind the pack. I don't know if something happened to him or what, but he is way back there.
It looks like him and Brett Grunwald both must have missed the grid because they both left pit road after the green flag.
Well, there you go. Now Jesse Necula again, a big shove from the 69 Spencer Gay. Getting them out to the lead. That's going to leave Drabick all by himself, a couple rows back now. That top lane is losing all its energy, it looks like.
We might have ourselves a little fuel mileage race tonight, Josh, if it keeps up like this.
That's for sure. The first race went pretty much caution-free for the first 30 laps or so, and this one looks like it might go the same.
Now you can see these guys are doing some lifting. You'll see some accordion effect, especially on the low line. You'll see a little pop of Zach Wetstein to the middle now, underneath Farmer.
Zach's trying to do something.
Oh, contact. They touched each other there a little bit. Ken not giving him much room.
Oh, more contact between the 59 and the 4. Oh, Griff just hit the wall. Now he's stuck on that high side, and it looks like William Griffith is just going to fall backwards here.
We're going to see Zach and Drabick come out of a cannon here. Drabick is clear down. Let's see if he takes it. Nope, he's going to stay high with Zach Wedstein.
Yep, Kenneth Farmer right behind. Great side-by-side racing back for the lead here as here comes Drabick on the outside. Drabick, quite the super speedway racer. He's making his way through here.
Ooh, a little bump. Almost gone wrong there. Zach giving him some help, but it kind of almost burned him. He had a little wiggle.
One driver who's up here and we expected to see up here is the 79 Josh Lokovitz, who, as it says on the side of his truck, the king, as he is the super speedway king. Over the off season, they had a little super speedway series, and he was able to win that little 4-race series to be crowned the super speedway king. So look for him to make some moves here as the race goes on.
Dracula doing a heck of a job managing the space there. Kind of moving up the track a little bit, making Drabick and Wedstein push up a little further in the corners than they might like to. Then he dives down to the yellow line down the straightaway, and that gets that little bit, you can see, he just barely can't clear him as they head into turn 3.
And for those that was watching the first race, I was explaining these trucks move around quite a bit as you see them rocket off a turn number 4 right here. And that's not driver error. That has to do with the air coming off these trucks. These trucks punch a big hole in the air, and they have a tendency to wiggle around quite a bit.
Drabick is clear, just not going down. He's staying up there with Zach. He wants to pull Zach by as well. Benecula and the 69, right? 69? Yeah, the 69 of Gay. They're just trying to get back to it now. Now they're back alongside into turns 1 and 2.
There's a little shakeup with the teams this year. Zach Wedstein and Sam Wedstein joining Extreme Motorsports, a new team here with Kernan Church and Tia Swank. So we'll have to see if those guys make their way towards the front to help Zach here, because we're still side by side for the lead.
I'm waiting for that third line to form, Josh.
And I think it's a little early. It's the first race of the season. Everybody's trying to feel each other out. There's a couple new drivers in this series, so they're trying to figure out how each other runs and go from there.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I picked Mike Holmbeck. I hadn't seen his name before here in this version of the Original Rebels Racing. Also, let's see, who else did I see that I didn't recognize so much?
Pegleg, Chuck Phelps.
Pegleg, Chuck Phelps, yep. Spencer Gay seems like a newer name.
Yep.
And Zach Wedstein's clear. He's going to dive down. He's not free. Oh! Farmer almost lost it.
I think Farmer was trying to follow Zach a little bit down there and almost got into the side of Jesse Necula. But no harm, no foul as they get it straightened out. And you see my pick, Pegleg up there on that third car on the high side, starting to make his way up through the field.
He's +7 so far. Mike Holmbeck up 13 though. I think I'm doing better. Make that 14, Josh. He's on his way.
Yep. We were talking about paint jobs earlier. One paint job I'm kind of partial to is that 69 machine. I don't know if you recognize that, but it looks like it's painted like one of those old Daytona USA arcade cars. The Hornet side on the side, you see Sonic on there. Pretty sweet looking ride, and he paints all his trucks like or cars like that because he's got the same style paint job in his Xfinity ride as well.
Nice.
Here comes Ken Farmer though, working to the outside. He's got a good push now, coming from I think that's Jamie Barkus right behind him.
This is no dig on Farmer, but he's got to be able to hold the line just a little bit better. You see a lot of left and right, working the wheel, trying to keep that thing straight. I don't know if he's got the sensitivity turned up or the force feedback turned up too high, but a lot of left and right off the corners from him.
Now let's take a look inside Jamie Barkus's car here, and you'll see exactly how much movement you see. And you can see Jamie's wheel. He's not moving that wheel too much, but Farmer's having a hard time keeping that thing straight. And Barker's having a little bit of bad luck on Friday night in the Xfinity race. Going into the first round of the playoffs, he was sitting in second place, and about 15 laps in, or about 30 laps in a race, his internet dropped him and he fell back about 12 laps. So hopefully he can recover. As with the Rebels, a win doesn't mean you're into the next round, so you got to make sure that you can get those points back and recover. See the trucks coming off of turn number 4 to complete lap number 13. Oh, a little contact. We see one going 3 wide there. They tuck back in line now. There's a lot of contact back there between Mickey Isaac. Looked like Mickey Isaac and Josh Lokovitz made some contact.
I was just looking back, Josh, while we were talking, about 33 seconds behind the field is those two guys that started on pit road, Jason Lottridge and Brett Grunwald, and they were working together, but, you know, 5 cars, 6 cars, 10 car, 20 car packs are going to be a lot faster than 2 cars. They're lost, like I said, they've lost 34 seconds now to the pack. And how long does it take to get around here, Josh? You should know this up in that track.
It's about 44 seconds.
So they got about 10 seconds
Yep.
till they're in some big trouble here.
Yep. I take that back. It's the Truck Series. It's 48 seconds around the track.
There you go.
In the
Still,
pack.
they got about, they're at 35 now, so about 13 more seconds they have until they're in some trouble here, going a lap down.
Yeah, they're running about 2 seconds slower than the field. So I imagine within the next 5 or 6 laps, the field's just going to catch them and swallow them up, unfortunately. Unless something happens. And it is Daytona. Anything can happen. We saw it in the last race.
For sure. I kind of like the strategy that guys like Matt Geis and Magic Mike and Kieran Church and Tia Swankall have. They're just kind of hanging out, just hanging on to the back, watching what's going on in front of them. Let these guys go up there and do their thing. Oh, Zach Wetstein flashing out.
Zach's having some connection issues right now, and yeah, that's no good, especially when you're running up front in the pack like that. Looks like it's stabilized now.
I'll look at his.
Oh, now Drabick up to the high side behind Barkas. So J.B. Barkas and Patrick Drabick are teammates in the very similar painted cars there. They're going to push themselves right to the lead here. Cut down, and here comes Chuck Feltz. Old peg leg on the high side with Mickey Isaac giving him a shove.
Yeah, so Zach Whiteside not having too bad a connection according to his ping and stuff, so I'm not sure what's going on there.
Might have something going on his side of things.
I heard somebody talking about a big checkup, and as you look maybe past the top 15 or so, they got a little bit spread out. I'm not sure what happened there. No contact from anybody.
But Joe, look at this. Here comes Pegleg on the high side with a big shove from Mickey Isaac. They're coming down the backstretch here. Oh, it's one car on the wall. It looks like
That was William Griffith.
William Griffith and Dave Jones.
Gary Wright way off the pace. I don't.
But no caution. We stay green. That kind of
What
killed.
a save by those guys. It did kill some momentum, but you say that, but here comes your guy Pegleg now.
Yep. Felt's getting a great shove from Mickey Isaac as they come down the backstretch, and then right behind them we see Todd Schott and that 426 on the high side right behind Isaac. As you know, you can't push the pusher. You can be right there on his back bumper, but you don't want to make contact with him.
Yeah, it's the worst thing you can do because you push them right into the guy in front of him, and it lets both of you be loose. So
And right behind them, right behind them, the 8 of Joey Buscemi, trying to make his way up there. Another new name to this league. As we're working last. Go ahead.
Good. I was gonna say, as I said before, we're gonna be catching Brett and Jason Lotbridge. They're talking about it on the radio, letting them know they're coming. So.
Yep. Not quite on the screen just yet, but as Pegleg looks like he's going to be able to. He might clear. Nope, not quite clear as they go into turns 3 and 4, and that 8 of Buscemi is Pegleg's teammate there for JBR Motorsports. So he's a few cars back as we're just starting to see those lap cars at the bottom of the screen come into play. We'll have to see if they stay high or get off the track completely.
One went low. I don't know what the other one did.
Yep.
Yep, they both went low for him.
Yep, both way down on the apron, staying out of the way. They might be able to blend up here and catch the tail of this field here.
Lotridge is keeping speed. Grunwald's he's gonna miss the draft here.
Throw up the track map here, and we can see that there's actually a couple distinctive lines here, or packs here. 2 distinct packs. We've got the lead pack here, which looks to be about 19 cars. I believe the last car there. Yep, Ray Page just barely off there. And then Josh Oswald leading the second pack back here is just catching the lap car. And these guys are almost completely single file. We got 5 cars on the high side. But Josh the Jet Oswald leading this second pack around. Back up front, though, Pegleg now has the little bit of an advantage here on Drabic as they come down the backstretch. He is clear. Mickey Isaac now trying to get by, and Pegleg's going to take the lead away. Oh, and some contact between the 75 and Patrick Drabic there.
Scattering behind him.
Yeah, big check up in the back here. Had everybody scattering. But
everybody keeps it together.
Yep. But to
Whoa. And Ken Farmer just got doored hard too by the 42. He's got some paint scrape on the side of that thing.
Oh, one up in the wall, Mickey Isaac.
See if Mickey holds it up there.
Yep. Joe, that's not the 42, that's the 426.
Okay.
If you look at
the 6.
The 6 is
the 6 was missing.
No, the 6 is the 6 is written out in letters on the side as Pegleg now getting freight trained as he lost his help here.
Mickey Isaac underpowered is going to get caught by the second pack.
Yeah, Isaac was up in the wall pretty hard, so that's going to really affect him here as we're working lap number 23. Almost the halfway.
Okay. I was going to say, it's going to be a quick night to keep this up. These guys are flying. Patrick Drabic and Jamie Barkas on that bottom line. Teammates definitely working together. You can tell by their paint jobs.
Yep. Their other teammate, Davy Jones, is one that was in that second group way back there. Davy is currently sitting in the 29th position. And I don't know if you've noticed our hard charger so far going after that Ray Cobb hard charger award. Sitting back in the 9th spot.
Logan Sturgeon, 27 positions. He's up. Jason Warren not far behind him, up 25. He's trying to catch him.
So some great runs here as he managed to not get stuck back in that second pack. And Joe, you know what? We're getting ready. We got green flag pit stops coming up in a few moments. Oh, we got a moment. Why don't we pump it up for a moment?
Yeah, let's crank it up.
as we do that, we got cars flying through the air. Yellow is out.
That was your leader, Josh.
That was the leader. That's going to bring up our first, and this is the first time Joe's seeing this, our first Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind.
Oh, that's awesome. But Josh, I'll tell you what, man. Woo! I said it earlier in the race. The best place to be is at the front, unless you're the guy that wrecks.
We'll take a look here. And we see Todd Schott coming down the track. I think he got a little bump from Zach Wetstein there. Oh, it looks like the, actually I take that back. It looks like Drabick came up a little bit into the side. I'm sorry, there's Jason Barkas came up into the side. And wow, what a wild ride that Patrick Drabick just took. He was up over the fence. Fortunately, that's going to pile everybody in behind him.
A lot of cars blown up. Zach Wetstein, Jason Warren, the 98 machine. Lots of guys with lots of damage here. Going to be a big shaker to start the season.
Yeah, let's take another look at just what happened here. Yeah, it looks like the 15 of Barkas came up just a little bit, and man, the wild ride. Look at the wild ride that 07 takes up past the catch fence. 30 feet in the air, 40 feet in the air.
If the physics are right, NASCAR better look at getting that catch fence a little bit higher.
And as we mentioned, Zach Wetstein blown up, a few other trucks involved in that, and that's going to bring quite a few people down the pit road. As all our leaders should be pitting here, as they will have to take fuel here. A couple shout outs here in the chat. We got Kevin Kinder saying go G13 and good luck to all the drivers. Eddie Smith says, by God, he has a family. So in response to Drabick going flying. Fortunately, he did walk away, get into a new truck, and he's got back up on track. So,
you know who got away with it is Barkas. Barkas gets away with it there.
Yeah, Jamie Barkas, his team. I mean, it sucks to cause the incident that takes your teammate out, but for him, luckily, he's in that first place, and Davy Jones is going to assume the lead here.
Yeah, I'm hoping he's still behind. I don't know if they went to pit road or not, but Lottridge and Grunwald. Looks like Lottridge might have had to hit pit road maybe to get fixed up. I don't know. Maybe he got waved around already. Yeah, he got his wave around.
Well, Dave Jones has not pit yet. So he's the only car on track. Actually, it says Kernan Church hasn't pit yet either. But he's sitting back in ninth, and I believe he was on pit road. If you're first, go ahead.
I got Davy Jones scored as the leader, correct?
Yep, I have him scored as the leader as well. Yep. And if you haven't joined us before Intensity, if it's your first broadcast with us, at the bottom of the screen you'll see what it says Pit Road, and what that is actually when the cars are coming on pit road. You can see who's on pit road, when they're on pit road, how long they're on pit road for, when the time starts at their time on pit road. If it's flashing pit, that means they're approaching their pit stop. When it stops, they're in their stop. And when they come off pit road, the time will be there. So the time you're seeing right now, so you see Lokenvitz and Jason Lottridge on pit road, that is their time currently, their total time on pit road.
Man, what a tough break for our leader, though.
Yeah, a tough break for him. Don't count him out. I see him coming back pretty quickly here. Lokenvitz
he's gonna have his work cut out for him, though, Josh. He's got a long way to go.
Oh, that's for sure. But Dave Jones taking a little bit of a risk here, not pitting, low on fuel. Going to restart on the inside here with Jamie Barkas to his outside. Pegleg and Logan Sturgeon. Sturgeon up 32 spots. Up into that fourth position. Lights on the pace truck are off. We're re-racked, restacked, getting ready to refire them here at Daytona. And Joe, your boy, Mike Hornback.
Josh, the green has now been extended by 1 lap, so they're gonna extend it.
Thank you for letting me know that. As the lights on the pace truck come back on. Must be a couple trucks just not quite caught up to the field, or a few people just in the wrong position.
You get some black flags and some EOLs, and they're just trying to get everything set here. Sounds like. And what were you gonna ask me, buddy?
I don't remember. Oh, I was gonna
Paints,
say,
maybe?
I was gonna say your boy Mike Hornback making some moves now, up into the 10th spot.
Yeah, up 29 spots. No big deal.
Tia Swank up 27. So Dave Jones currently up 37 spots in the lead. So
But when was the last time Barkus was on pit road? He hasn't hit pit road, right?
Barkus did pit.
He did.
Yeah, everybody but Dave Jones is in on pit road.
How did Barkus get to the point?
He was the point when he came in on pit road. Remember he turned the leader and got by. Joe, you got short-term memory again?
I meant Dave Jones.
Oh, Dave
Not
Jones
Barkus.
did. Yeah, Davy Jones did not pit.
Yeah.
So he's out there on low fuel. Because I believe these trucks can only go about 36, 37 laps on a tank of fuel. If I remember correctly.
Yeah, he's out there 28 laps right now. So.
Yep. So Dave Jones takes the inside. He's got peg leg right behind him. Then you got Jamie Barkus with Joey Buscemi right behind him. That 75 and that 8 car, they are teammates. So let's see if they can get hooked up together and get their way up to the front here. And Davy Jones is actually Pegleg's teammate as well. So, I'm sorry, Davy Jones is teammates with Jamie Barkus and Patrick Drabick. Excuse me. So we'll have to see how teammates work together here. As the first row are teammates, the second row are teammates. See if anybody works together, if they time the start right back as the pace truck takes that hard left-hand turn. Davy Jones hits that loud pedal. We're back green flag racing here at Daytona. And a great jump from Barkus. It looks like Joey Buscemi had a little problem on the start there. He fell off quite a bit.
Yeah, but Barkus, no help on the outside. Davy Jones going to have it into turn 1 by about a car length.
Great push coming from behind. Here comes Logan Sturgeon. Sturgeon. See if he works his way up to the high side as they come off of turn number 2. Well, peg leg
to the outside.
Yep.
Thought Sturgeon was going to go with him, didn't go. Barkus says, don't mind if I do, though.
Yeah, Barkus with the power move has got some help coming from him behind him right now. Buscemi's starting to come up to Barkus' back bumper. Sturgeon pushes up just a little bit, but he keeps it going straight.
I love how steady Pegleg is on that wheel. I mean, he's locked in.
Yeah.
Great pick, Josh. I think he has some insight.
And Joey, it looks like we're just past halfway now. I imagine Dave Jones is looking for a yellow here as they rocket down the backstretch and see the field a lot tighter now than they were earlier in the race. See some cars whipping to the inside, to the outside, making some moves in the back of that. But up front, we're still side by side for the lead.
Josh, if he stays out a couple more laps, he might have to wreck the whole field.
Well, it almost just happened behind him as we saw a couple cars really squirrely there in that little short shoot between turn 4 and the tri-oval. But right now, going into turn number 1, they're pretty even as Davy Jones pushes up the track just a little bit.
Yeah, he was really wild on entry there. Let's see how he gets off the corner. Gets off the corner pretty well. Sturgeon locked in right behind him is going to give him a good show. But Pegleg
with the lead right now. He could probably get down if he was that way.
And Joe, you know, with these trucks, it's really easy to push a truck, and that's what you want to do. Is you want to roll right up and push that truck, but you don't want to hit that truck. You don't want to slam them. You just want to bump them. You want to get right on that bumper and give them a shove. You hit
All
'em-
about that throttle management, getting it on that bumper, get it locked in, and then you can give him a show.
You hit them too hard to the in the fender or in the bumper, especially if you're not centered up, you can spin that car right around, as we saw earlier in the Outlaw race. Sturgeon, though, great shove there on Dave Jones. Peg leg, though, trying to come back on the high side as they come into turn 3. Oh, we got someone around. There's someone make some contact with the wall, but we stay green.
Yeah, they're still checking up for him, though. We still got some serious checking up happening. Man, that's going to split the field up again.
Marcus doing a great job giving a nice shove to peg leg there, but here comes Dave Jones back on the bottom side, pushing up the track a little bit. Almost some contact made with Barkus. We already saw Barkus get into a car pushing up the track once. Don't want to see it again. Peg leg now has...
Leg's clear, but not quite. Now here comes the 10 again.
Yep, they a little bit of contact. Almost make some contact there off the corner, and man, I imagine that 10 is getting pretty close to running on fumes.
3 wide behind him. Your old leader was looking 3 wide for that 6th row. Who is that again? That is...
Peg leg now clear. Dave Jones, does he go down to the bottom here, or does he stay up? Oh, Barkus is going to come along too. The two of them clear Dave Jones.
Just hitting pit road here. You just talked about it. Oh, they're wrecking behind him. He should probably stay out.
Yellow is out.
Big one. The big one.
And that's... Oh, I see all the red on my screen over here. And that's going to bring up our second Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. David Jones does hit pit road. I think he's out of fuel. Whoops.
That's okay. I'd get an EOL not to go a lap down there. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. Let's see who would how'd this start here?
It was an accordion effect, and it looks like somebody jumps to the middle.
Oh, it's way up front there. Bear with me, folks, while I get this all straightened out on my end, as there are a lot of cars involved in this one.
A lot of mad people caught in this one.
Oh, I imagine. Man, it looks like it starts with Lokenvitz. We're gonna go to the blimp on this one, Joe, because there's a lot to take in.
Yeah, it looks. I'm with you on the Lokenvitz thing. Looks like there's a big checkup on the low line. Lokenvitz, instead of lifting, looks to the middle.
Yep.
And then gets caught up with the 66 machine.
Yep. Oh, we make some contact with, is that Ray Page there?
Yep.
Yep. Ray Page comes up a little bit, makes contact. Then Lokenvitz comes back down across the track. Ray Page gets turned. Josh, the Jet Oswald, turned in that as well. And as you mentioned, here comes the rest of the field. Just nowheres to go. Jeff Paisley involved, piling in. Oh, the 59 involved again, unfortunately. That's Kenneth Farmer, who was caught up earlier. You see Brandon Wallace involved, the 47 of Josh Smith involved in this as well. And yeah, there you go. That's pretty much the entire field right there.
I can tell you Zach Wetstein pretty hot on the mic as he gets it woed down but gets run into from behind. So he's behind all of this, Josh. We're going to go look at him.
Yeah,
He gets it woed down pretty well and then
couple other guys maybe not ready for that to happen or what, but
Now we're riding along with. We take a look at Zach here. Zach gets it woed down, and yeah, caught right up in the middle of it. William Griffith, up and over on his roof.
a lot of cars involved in that one as well. Tough break for those guys.
With all that, Phelps is going to take the lead back over with his teammate.
Guess who wasn't in it?
Logan Sturgeon.
Yep. Or Mike Holmbeck.
Yep.
Or old Pegleg, because he was at the front.
Matt Geis sneaking through there as well. Matt.
There's Heiner.
Yep, Heiner in there as well. Matt had a great run in the Outlaw race. Looked like he was going to win the race. And on the last lap got turned and caught the entire field except for like 3 or 4 cars. So Matt's looking to have a little redemption here to get himself back up there after getting taken out in the first race of the night. So we're just past halfway. When we take the green flag, it looks like we're going to have about 21 laps to go here.
Garrett Kinder, Josh Lokenvitz, Sam Wetstein, Jeff Paisley, Jason Warren, all on pit road right now. I don't know if they towed or what happened there, but I don't know who had a reset left or not. But
I imagine most of these guys, I know Kinder probably had a reset, but he probably had a tow.
Yep.
Jeff Paisley was up on his roof. You can see by the look of that truck. It's seen better days.
Tyler Rice hitting pit road now. Probably try to get some of that damage fixed. Looks like he has some left front damage.
He took a reset.
Oh, there you go.
So it looks like the lights on the pace truck are off. We're getting ready to go back green flag racing here at Daytona. In the original.
All right. This is the shout out to Mike Hornbeck. If you don't beat the peg leg, me and you are gonna fight. Is it Hornbeck or H-O-M? It's H-O-R-N, right?
It's Hornbeck.
Yeah.
Yep, you've been saying it right.
Okay.
I'll give it to you this time. That's the pace truck.
Pace truck's off. Pace car truck. And they're off. Aggressive move from Heiner to get down that low line behind Sturgeon. He likes that low line better, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like that high lane just was not moving as well as he thought it was going to. And, Heiner's run more with Sturgeon than he has with that 8 of Buscemi, so imagine he feels a little bit more comfortable sitting there behind Sturgeon.
Is Buscemi one of the guys from the Super Speedway Kings League that we used to run?
I believe he is. I know he runs in a couple of their series here.
Okay. We'll have to ask him about that if he ends up in our top 3. But so far, he's fallen back a little bit on that outside line. You see Mike Veef skating up underneath of him into that 4th spot. They're finally getting that outside line moving now.
Mike Veef having a great run here into the top 10.
All he's got to do is not pull a Josh Holl and he'll be all right.
I've gotten a lot better.
I know. That's why it's funny. I'll tell you what, those 87s got me pretty bad a couple times.
Oh, those were fun the other night in the Pelican Snowball League over on Throttle Up Network. And, that was a great race to watch as well. How about Brandon Wallace up into the 9th spot in that high side after getting caught up in one of the earlier wrecks, and now he's made his way back into the top 10.
Also really like listening to Dakota Camper call races. He's really good at it. Kinder on that inside line, you see as a field goes by him.
Not what we're used to seeing. We're used to seeing Garrett Kinder up at the front of the pack, not getting passed by the pack. So, unfortunately for him, he's hoping to catch a caution. Maybe he can get back a lap or two and get back out there. Bud Barnes in the chat says, outside needs my help. Bud, you had a great run out there tonight in that first race. And you're right, they could use some help from those Kool-Aid Monster machines out there. But Pegleg getting a great shove here from Logan Sturgeon up into that second position. Let's see if Sturgeon, if he gets clear of Buscemi, if he jumps up to that high side.
I don't see him going up there yet, Josh. Too early. Too early. 5 laps to go, 4 laps to go, maybe somewhere in there. You'll see him and Heiner, I think, try to find that middle lane and just leave Pegleg in the middle. We'll see, though. Big checkup on the high side again.
Oh, a little wiggle out of Matt Geist there, too. So come down the backstretch, and oh, we see Sturgeon just blinked out. Did he lose connection? No, he's back in now. Looked like he lost connection for a second, but it's a rocket off of turn number 4. So catching up to a couple more lap cars here. And as leaders, it's the scariest thing for you is coming up on lap cars. Because you don't know what they're going to do. You hope that they're going to hold their line, but as we all know, it isn't always guaranteed.
It seems like in this league they might have a rule that they got to get on the apron if they're getting past. It seems like everybody you'll see here again, he's on the apron as they go by him. Which is tough at a super speedway to get back on the pack coming off the apron like that.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, as the leaders, you want them to get out of the way. As the guy getting out of the way, you want to try to get back up there and into the pack as quick as you can.
Yeah, the 16-9 now of Gay keeps going down as well. Spencer Gay, he keeps every once in a while. Oh, man, I don't know if he blinked out or spun or what that was all about, but he gone. He's off the track now, Spencer is. The outside line now clear. The 8 is clear. He doesn't go down, though.
Oh, Kyle Roberts now into the mix here with Matt Geis on that high side. Buscemi trying to get back around his teammate.
The 8 was clear. He decides to keep it high, though.
Joe, watch for Sturgeon here towards the end. I know the Xfinity Series at Talladega, he won that one, making some really aggressive moves towards the end of the race, and I don't see him not doing the same thing tonight.
He's inside a peg leg right now.
Oh, he's getting a big shove. Oh, that's going to be a wreck.
Oh man, it stays green though, Josh. They didn't wreck fully.
No, I think Sturgeon had a little bit of a connection issue there. Got pushed up, and because he was not quite connected, the sim just didn't push him or pushed him right through the car. Here comes Buscemi with a big shove though from Kyle Roberts.
Definite issues with the internet tonight, the interwebs.
Yeah. Pegleg's trying to tuck in here behind Matt Geist before Brandon Wallace gets there. Going to have that position. He's going to have to fall in pretty quickly.
Oh, they all move up in front of Pegleg. Geis and Brandon Wallace to the point. I'm sorry. Geis and Kyle Roberts to the point. Kyle Roberts now leading this race with Matt Geis right behind him. And they're down. Josh, Jesse Necula back into the fight.
Yeah, I see him making his way back up here as well. Along with
and he's not messing around. He's coming right now.
Yeah, also the 15 of Barkus up here as well, making his way back up through the field. So, and Todd Schott back here, sitting back in 8th, trying to make his way around Necula. So he's trying to get his way back into this field, as we've pretty much got a 10-car breakaway up here at the front. Well, 9 cars. Mike Hornback looks like he's fallen off this a little bit. He's got help coming as James McClendon is coming up onto his back bumper.
I think he's still got the pack, Josh. He's got Todd Scott by 0.8, so he's still good here.
Yep.
He's going to be okay. Lucky for him.
Here comes Pegleg back on the outside, though. Get a great shove from the 24 of Christopher Heiner. Heiner, someone we really haven't talked about too much tonight. I know he was in the running in my mind for the paint job tonight, but he's up in the 4th position trying to give Pegleg a big shove here. Kyle Roberts, pushing up the track. It's in the Pegleg.
Big wiggle, big checkup on the high side. That's going to cost the whole high side. Here comes Hornbeck on the inside behind him.
Marcus.
They're gonna rack left. That's not going to cause the caution either, though.
The 2 of them keep that going straight. That's Wallace and Marcus. They get back on track. No harm, no foul. As we're coming to just 12 laps to go here, as Kyle Roberts continues to lead with Matt Geiss right behind him. They're approaching the lap car here. Hopefully the lap car stays out of the way. Lets these guys run this out. Pegleg now trying to get back around his teammate. And Heiner sitting back there as well. These 3 trucks, nose to tail, starting to pull away from Buscemi and Pegleg as they're running side by side with Necula trying to push Pegleg now.
Yeah, the 8 and these guys behind him with Necula need to all get lined up. The other 3 are going to just run away.
Necula on the bottom all by himself. Well, here comes Todd Schott in the 426 down to the inside to pick up Necula. And as these guys run side by side, that's exactly what Kyle Roberts, Matt Geiss, and Christopher Heiner want to see. And sometimes it's a strange phenomenon, Joe. Sometimes these trucks can actually run faster when there's 4 or 5 cars side by side than a couple cars in a straight line. So we'll have to see if these guys do make any ground up here.
It's definitely changed since the times of old. I remember when those 3 cars could drive away from anybody driving side by side like that.
Yeah, but look at the rest of the field way back there. But there you go, Necula now caught the draft of Chris Heiner. They are now pretty much in a row here. And that 48 car, that's Jason Lottridge. He is a lap down, but he's trying to make his way and help out some people here.
They're coming up on a lot of lapped cars now. This is going to be a little bit sketchy.
Especially because these lap cars are racing each other for position. So yeah, they got to get up out of the way, but at the same time, they're in their own little fights here. Chuck Phelps uses the draft of one of the lappers to get a good run here and get himself in front of Jesse Necula. And he's going to hang on the back bumper. Here goes Chris Heiner looking to the high side. Not quite makes the move, though. He stays tucked in behind. And here comes Phelps now with his teammate, the 8 of Buscemi. Let's see if they make a move to the high side here. As Joe, we have less than 10 laps to go.
We do, but I like the caution that Hornbeck he's holding on to the draft. He's not getting
yellow's out.
Caution's out. That happened way back in the big pack with TS, the 66. Maybe not TS, but the 66 machine.
Let's go back to the blimp view, because anytime there's a big wreck like this, we like to do it from the blimp. Oh, I didn't pull up the Kinder Wreckage Rewind. I thought I did. My mistake, but here we go. Take a look at here. See the 18 kind of up the track just a little bit. Oh, they're catching a lap car fast who's staying up on the high side. Kurt Church just turns around T.S. Swank.
Yeah, well, it looked like T.S. lifted because he saw that car up and they didn't know that they were lifting, got up underneath of him there.
Ken Farmer involved, a bunch of good trucks. Ray Page involved, Ken Farmer again.
Josh Oswald, Kieran Church, Tyler Gackey, Ray Page. Yeah.
And Logan Sturgeon on pit road. So Sturgeon on pit road after having that internet issue that caused some connection and caused some issues with him. Looks
Yeah,
like,
but I mean, he didn't go a lap down, Josh.
well, it looks like
so-
he's going a lap down right now.
Okay.
So, Joe, when we go back green flag racing, it looks like we're going to have about 5 laps to go. And Mike Veith, unfortunately, has retired. We just got word in the chat here from our good buddy Alex saying that Mike lost power. It's storming where they're at. So,
Well,
unfortunately,
that explains that.
fortunately for him,
I bet you there's a lot of places where some of these guys are that are storming. I drove through some of it yesterday up through Michigan on my way home, and man, it was pretty wild. Tornado warnings and all. So.
oh wow. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a quick look at whoop. So I'm going to take a quick look at the national radar here, because I'm kind of curious. Maybe that's what happened with Zach Wetstein as well. Oh yeah, so I know Zach lives in the Indianapolis area, I believe, and they got some major storms coming through there as well as through Illinois.
Yeah, so it's crazy. I was up in upper Michigan. It was 38 degrees, Josh. I hit lower Michigan. It was 75. And here I am in Virginia. It's 90 something. So that difference in temperatures caused some really crazy stuff to happen in the Midwest over the last couple of days. So,
For sure.
you know who would know a lot about that?
John
Our
Goke.
weatherman and local awesome person, John Goke. John Goke, if you're watching or listening, help us out here. We need a help out on the weather. He'll be able to tell you like the cloud levels and everything.
So while
We
we,
got any sponsors tonight, Josh?
I was about to say, while we got a moment, I'd like to go over some of our sponsors. Give me 1 second while I go through here. We've got our, well, that's Outlaw. We've got our main sponsor tonight, which is the Holl sheet metal heating and air conditioning. We've got some supporting sponsors: Kinder Farm and Ranch, Smeal Race Designs, Magic Mike Motorsports, Seth Griffith, Peg Leg Felts, PJ Motorsports, as well as E-Racing TV, Reaper Racing, Big Fish Motorsports, Jason Reisman Insurance, Flexible Freight Solutions, Meza Motorsports, Goat Locker Racing, and JC Motorsports. All pitching in, giving some sponsorship tonight. Also, don't forget, we've got the Thin Blue line on board as well. They're a secondary sponsor of the league. We still have the Holl heating and air conditioning as the main sponsor of the league. So we thank everybody for coming on. It's awesome that these guys are able to get so many sponsors and shout out so many people tonight. So we're looking forward to the rest of the season.
Big shout out to all those sponsors. An awesome job supporting a wonderful league. These guys, top class, top notch, awesome to watch.
And
Check
Joe,
us out tomorrow night. We're gonna be doing that ARCA Pro Series.
yes,
Me and D Wright.
Alex Veith says tornado season for sure.
Or Naders. That's
But-
how they say it in South Carolina.
The Naders. So the lights on the pace truck are off. We're getting ready to go back green flag racing.
Oh yeah. Let's see what Matt Geist is gonna do here with Kyle Roberts. You think he's gonna try to get in behind him?
Well, he's got Pegleg right behind him. We know Pegleg's been fast tonight. Let's see if Pegleg can push him.
Pegleg's got his teammate behind him. I'm gonna say that they're not gonna push Matt Geist, but we'll see.
Oh, green
Kyle
flag.
Roberts with a big jump. Heiner's gonna be able to get under Geist.
Looked like Geist might have spun the tires just a little bit.
I did see him lift just a little bit, but they all moved up.
Yeah,
They're all leaving Heiner out by himself.
the Heiner with a big run. Here comes Chuck down to the
Pegleg's
bottom.
like, I got that.
Felt's tucking in behind Heiner now, trying to give him a big shove, as Matt Geist is giving Kyle Roberts a big shove down the back stretch.
They got big, massive runs coming from the back. They're going to have to check up. There is some checking up going on. 6 laps to go. Coming to 5 to go, Josh. And we're going to have ourselves a hell of a finish, I think.
For sure, the flagman's getting ready to put that palm, send that palm down and signal to the drivers. 5 laps to go here as Kyle Roberts pulls ahead by just the nose here. Matt Geist doing everything he can to push him as they come through the tri-oval towards turn 1.
And watch Joey Buscemi there. He's also getting into the mix again in the 8 machine on that high side. He's got help from behind in the 15 of Marcus, as well as even the 01 of Mickey Isaac. We haven't seen him since he slapped the wall early in the race and went to the back.
A lot of weaving towards the back.
Big check up at the top.
A lot of weaving there in the middle of the pack. As you see, look at the push. Pegleg was just giving Heiner, puts Heiner up to the lead. Oh, he pushes up the track just a little bit, but he's able to hold on to it.
Yeah, Pegleg's looking to get up on that high line. He wants to get around Heiner. He wants to be out on the point.
Buscemi looking up to that third lane around Geis. He's got to tuck back in. 4 laps to go here at Daytona.
The intensity's picking up, Josh. They're about to start pinching each other down. They'll start side drafting each other. We're going to see some movement. We're going to see some switching, some different strategies. It's like a 200-mile-an-hour speed stop. You can't go anywhere when you're stuck on that bottom line. You're trying to find just a little bit of room to make yourself worthy of going through the middle there.
Yep,
So if you're Necula, you're going to be looking in the middle here. Try to find a really big run when these guys go out toward the wall like that.
Yep, less than 10 miles to go here in this race. As they're side by side, pretty much even as they come through turns 3 and 4. Kyle Roberts, Chris Heiner, using a little bit of side draft off each other to get something going. Here comes a good push again from Pegleg, but Geis giving the shove. Oh, almost pushes Roberts into Heiner. They have to check up on the high side. That's going to kill the energy.
Up on the low and the high. No help for the bottom line for Heiner. That's going to give Kyle Roberts a chance here coming out too, I think, Josh.
Yeah, the energy switches back to the high side. Pegleg is just not on Heiner here as they come down the backstretch. Oh, Matt Geis turns! Oh, turns the leader! Oh, my goodness.
Oh, Pegleg back around.
Geis around as well. Very similar to what happened in the the Outlaw race. Only Matt Geis, instead of being the receiving end, was the giving end of this one.
Gosh, guess who snuck through that one?
Well, we'll have to check that out in a moment. And again, we're going to have to check this one from the blimp here so we can really dissect this one, Joe. Tell me what you see. Well, looks like Geis just comes down in the Heiner.
It's almost reminiscent of the other wreck when the leaders wrecked the first one, our first caution tonight.
Jesse
Right.
Necula sneaks on through.
Yep. Necula gets through, and Hornbeck gets through. He gets a little bit of damage here, but he ends up P2, I think.
Yeah, it looked like Mickey Isaac was going to get through that, but the cars came down in front of him. Here comes Kinder. Kinder's a couple laps down. He's going to get a little bit of contact there. Now a little further behind, man. Just Heiner hard into the inside lane. See Kyle Roberts still spinning, and man, that's just tough break. Let's ride along with Matt Geis here and see if something happened, if the air just pulled him down or what happened here. So this is from the roll bar. Keep a look at his steering wheel here. Oh, looks like...
I mean, he was steering right, Josh.
Yeah.
Just maybe a little loose off? Is that even possible? I mean, it is possible.
Yep. Maybe there's a little bit of contact made from behind.
Can we go just rear chase?
That's exactly what I was going to do. Joe, you and I think too much alike. It looks like the air just pulled him down.
I mean, Heiner was up a bit more maybe than he normally would be too. He's about, a couple feet to the right. Not a big deal. Shouldn't have happened either way, but yeah, just a little loose off maybe, a little oversteer maybe, something like that.
Possible. That's going to give the lead.
I think one of the big things that people don't realize is how much force feedback they use at super speedways really affects the truck when you come off the corners.
See, I'm really strange because I like running high feedback and very low.
I do too.
And
I do too.
Yeah, so I run almost. I think I have a G27. For those of you who are iRacers and know what I'm talking about, I run a G27. My force feedback is about 32%, and whenever I'm running a super speedway, I'll run an 8-to-1 steering ratio. And people looked at me crazy for saying that. They're like, "No, how do you run this with that low of a steering ratio?" I just do.
Yeah, so I'm saying, like, I think some people have to get it fine-tuned for their feel. Like, maybe like for you, 32 is what feels good. It keeps you stable. But if you're turning the wheel and not getting that feedback that's letting you know you're loose or letting you know that you're too tight or you're oversteering, then you have to adjust that one way or the other, whether it's too much or too little. You know what I mean?
Yep, couple shout outs in the chat here. Kernan Church. Well, first, Bud Barnes says, come on, get that outside running. He was running real on the outside earlier. Kernan Church says, can't wait for next week already. And then he says, looked like he came down and Heiner came up at the same time.
Yep,
So,
I agree.
So, Joe, that's going to bring up our first green-white checker attempt here. Lights on the pace truck are off. We're going to re-rack them, restack them, and refire them for a green-white checker. And your boy Mike Hornbeck there, we start on the outside.
I thought he got some right front damage. I went and looked at it just to, see, and it didn't look bad. So I think he's going to be fine here.
And Jesse Necula does have a lot of front end damage to that machine. Another sweet paint job I want to throw out there. Look at the 47 of Josh Smith.
Yeah, Josh Smith always running that Air Force car. I've seen that before from him, I believe.
Yep. Sweet looking ride.
For sure. We got to pick one still, Josh.
How about this? Jason Lotridge up into the 6th spot.
And remember, Jason Lotridge, early in the race, to a lap down, they passed him on the outside because he started from the pits, missed the grid, and now here he is. He finds himself in that P6 with a chance at this thing.
Very good chance. Really anybody's got a chance at this. As we saw in the first race tonight, that it could go any way here. As we just saw the entire field wreck, we could see that again.
For sure. All right, green, white checker means we're going to see the green flag here, and then we'll see one to go if they make it that far. If they hit that white flag, that'll be the last lap. Whatever happens next is the end of it. And the pace truck takes a hard left turn, and we're going green flag racing. Green flag is out. And the 84 with not such a great start. I don't know if the 19's going to get black flagged here, Josh.
No, he should get black flagged as, the green was out. He can pass to the outside. But you can see all that damage on the front of Necula's truck is really slowing him down quite a bit.
And the 19's going to need some help from the 16 machine of Gacky if they want to do something here. Yeah, you're right about Necula. Necula's slow. Look at Mickey Isaac coming on the outside by himself. Oh, man.
Slides down in there, and he makes it work.
One in the wall. They keep it going, though. They're still straight. We're going to see the white flag here as they come out of turns 3 and 4.
As long as they don't wreck coming off of turn number 3, we'll see the white flag. As white flag is in the air, no matter what happens here, the race will be official. Here comes Mike Hornbeck on the outside with a great push from Mickey Isaac. Hornbeck takes the lead, slides down in front of Necula. He takes the lead here. Here comes a 15 of Barkas on the high side all by himself, trying to make something happen. Dave Jones the Lotridge around. Dave Jones involved as well. Here comes just a few cars. Brandon Wallace sitting back there at the back. He's trying to make something happen here. Who's it going to be? Is Mike Hornbeck, Jesse Necula, Josh Smith, your top 3.
I think Hornbeck's got this unless somebody gets a crazy run.
Oh, they get turned!
No, he didn't.
Josh Smith comes across the line. Josh Smith is going to win it. Mickey Isaac in second, and Tyler Gacky coming home third. Brandon Wallace fourth, and Aaron Adcock crosses the line in fifth. And my goodness, Joe, what just happened?
Man, I'll tell you what. If I'm Mike Hornbeck, I'm not a happy man right now.
So Josh Smith is your winner tonight here at Daytona in the season opener of the original Rebels Racing League Truck Series. Sunday Night Trucks brought to you by Holl Sheet Metal Heating and Air Conditioning. And I'm speechless, Joe. I can't believe that just happened.
awesome finish. I can't believe Josh Smith won that one. I thought Hornbeck had it wrapped up, but he gave Necula just a little bit too much room down there.
And that's the second race where the leader coming off at turn number 4 did not win the race. And the traditional Rebels celebration afterwards.
Yeah, man, pretty awesome. Good job, Josh Smith. Hopefully we'll talk to him here in a second.
Don't mind those trucks flying. That's just how these guys celebrate after the race. Josh Smith, your winner tonight with Mickey Isaac and Tyler Gacke making up your top 3. Joe, why don't you go down through the rundown while I get things set up on my side?
Yep. And let's see. Brandon Wallace comes home P4. Aaron Adcock P5. Spencer Gay in the 6th spot. Tia Swank comes home 7th. Your top mover is Josh Smith, but your second top mover there in the Tia Swank, 33 positions. Josh Smith, 36 positions for the lead. 8th is going to be Jesse Necula. 9th is Jim McClendon. Magic Mike Eribe coming through with a top 10. 10th position for Magic Mike. Joey Buscemi, P11. Dave Jones, P12. Jason Lotridge comes home 13th. Mike Hornbeck after getting wrecked in the last corner of the last lap. P14. Chuck Pegleg Feltz, 15th. Jamie Barkus, 16th. Tyler Rice, 17th. Ken Farmer finds himself 18th after starting up front early in the race. Chris Heiner, 19th. And Matt Geis, again, P20th after having a decent run up front all night. Garrett Kinder, a tough night, 21st. Gary Wright, nice last name, 22nd. Ray Page, again, up front for most of the night, ends up 23rd, but still up 18 positions from his beginning. Josh Oswald comes home 24th. Patrick Drabick comes home 25th. Kyle Roberts, 26th. Mike Veith ends up 27th, while Alex Veith, 28th. Joaquin Meza, 29th. Todd Scott, 30th. Brett Grunwald is going to come home 31st. William Griffith, a tough night, negative 24 spots, slides to P32. Charles Stevens Jr. in the 33rd. Kieran Church, 34th. Christian, the coach, Deadman ends up 35th. Logan Sturgeon, a really tough night after having a decent run early on, ends up 36th. Jason Warren, 37th. Zach Wetstein with some connection issues early on and getting wiped out during one of the big ones. He's going to end up 38th. Josh Lokenvitz, 39th. Sam Wetstein, 40th. And rounding out your field is Jeff Paisley in 41st.
All right, Joe. Thank you very much for that. Let's get our interviews going tonight. We're going to pull in our first driver, finishing 3rd tonight, Tyler Gatke. Tyler, you got Josh and Joe in the booth. You got us?
Transition.
Tyler, you got Josh and Joe in the booth. You got us?
Hello, yes.
Man, great job tonight. Coming home in 3rd, kind of a wild ending there to get you there. Strategy kind of from the beginning looked like it got thrown out the window when that first caution came out right at the fuel stop. And man, how'd you get through that last wreck?
I really have no idea. I just stuck it high and everybody kind of got out of my way.
Yeah, it was an awesome race all night for you, Tyler. What team are you running for this season, and did you work well with your teammates?
Yeah, I'm running for Oval Addicts. We basically hung out in the back for the whole race and found ourselves near the front at the end.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations on the 3rd place finish. Great way to start the season here. Any shout outs you got to give? Anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank our sponsors, Holl Heating and Sheet Metal and Ken Farmer, Thin Blue Line USA, and Kinder Farm and Ranch.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations on the podium. And I'm sure as the season goes on, we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you. Hopefully to see you soon, too.
All right, let's pull in our 2nd place finisher here, Mickey Isaac. Mickey, you got Josh and Joe in the booth. You got us?
Yeah. Radio check, guys.
Yeah, we got you loud and clear, man. Great job tonight coming home P2. I know it was a wild finish there. You're someone I know we normally don't talk about till the end of the race. You're always there somewheres at the end, and tonight you able to come home P2. How did the race go from your perspective?
I mean, that was totally luck tonight, guys. I was running up front earlier and then got a little contact. Had to do some wall riding and ended up about 30th and just fought my way back, watching for holes and just trying to pay attention in front of me because it's coming. You just don't know when. So I always keep one eye in the distance and one eye to your sides and right in front of me.
Yeah, for sure, Mickey. Now, early in the race, like you said, you hit the wall, got stuck on that wall. You did a great job keeping it on the wall because a lot of guys turn left and take out the whole field. Let it stay green, and you fought yourself way back. But now coming down out of turn 4, the leader gets turned. How did it look from your standpoint?
Well, I was afraid they was going to come back up the track. I just caught it out my eye. I race in this VR, so you don't have real good vision. And once I saw the 47 truck, I was like, I'm going to go for it anyway. If the line was a couple more 100 feet up, I think we would have been side to side. It would have been a good photo finish.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations on the second place. Any shout outs you want to give? Any sponsor reads? Any thanks you want to shout out?
Appreciate what you guys do for us week in, week out. Sponsor Lewis Lawn Care. Thankful for his donations.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations. And as the season goes on, we'll have to see how this momentum keeps you forward.
Yep, patience key. You guys have a good night.
You as well. And now your winner tonight, the 47, Josh Smith. Josh, you got Josh and Joe in the booth. You got us?
Yours.
Man, crazy finish there to the end, sneaking through there when it matters. About halfway through the race, we saw you more towards the middle of the pack. I think you were in the second pack at one point. At that point, did you really think you were going to be up here talking with us?
I wouldn't say I was going to be coming home with the checker flag there, but my team, the Oval Addicts, we had a game plan to stick it out in the back there, and we knew there was going to be wrecks. I mean, it's restrictor plate racing, this super speedway stuff. It just so happened that the wrecks happened at the right time, and we started making our way through the pack, and people started losing their quick repairs and set us up for a good shot at the win there as a team. We had on that restart first, third, and fourth. So we had 3 teammates in the top 5, so it's a good feeling.
Yeah, awesome finish, Josh. Didn't see it coming at all until that last green-white checker. But you find yourself, I think, P3 coming out of turn 4, and you see that move by Jesse moving down. Did you see that thing coming and make a move to avoid it, or what were you thinking there?
I didn't even actually see the wreck that happened. I got caught up in. What happened was Gacky was sitting behind Mickey, and Gacky's my teammate, so he drops down. When I seen that, I knew Mickey was going to lose momentum, and I was just waiting for that opening to happen. It just so happened to be at the same time that a crash happened, and it opened up the door, and victory lane was in sight.
Yeah, so you not only did you win the race, but we also won something else. Josh, talk to him.
Yeah, you were also our Ray Cobb 45 Hard Charger Award tonight. So congratulations on that. Great job tonight, getting yourself up to the front from the back. Any shout outs you want to give? Anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors?
Absolutely. So first, want to thank my family, my wife and kids, let me actually partake in this series and give me the time to practice and all that. All my teammates over at Oval Addicts, I wouldn't have been able to get to the front without their help. And then the series sponsors, Holl Heating and Sheet Metal and Ken Farmer. We also have Thin Blue Line USA, Kinder Farm and Ranch, Southwest T-Shirt Design, Shappy Edits, Smeal Racing Designs, Magic Mike Motorsports, Seath Griffiths, Peg Leg Felts, and P&J Motorsports. Without them, none of this would be possible. And I'd like to thank you guys in the booth putting on a good show, and all the admins in our truck league here that make this so special.
Sounds like a pure professional. Sounds like you've done sponsor reads before. Great job tonight, coming home with the win and the momentum as we move on next week.
Fellas,
good luck the rest of the season, buddy.
Thank you.
And the last person we're going to pull in the booth tonight happens to be our spotlight driver. It's going to be Logan Surgeon. Logan, you got Josh and Joe in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Man, tough break tonight. I know you are a spotlight driver, having a great run up to the front. I told Joe, I said, I remember at Talladega where you were talking crap to me during the Xfinity race, and ended up winning that one. I'm like, watch out for him; he'll be up there at the end. The connection issues kind of plagued you tonight. What happened with with your race tonight?
Well, because I missed qualifying in the duels, I knew I was going to start out back, and so I started, I think, like 36th or 38th, and I just told myself, I'm not hanging back like I usually do. I'm just going to drive to the front, and that's exactly what we did. So me and Jason Warren started working together, and we got through the majority of the field. I got up to third. I got caught up. I got sort of caught up in that first wreck, but I was able to keep the car straight. Came down, got my fast repair, and then got up to third. And yeah,
Yeah, Logan,
Right.
you started 36. Yeah, you, like you said, worked your way up there and had a little connection issue. You ended up 36. So no
Yeah.
gain, no loss, I guess, right?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you get a couple drivers up there that want to play games at the front of the field, and kind of screwed everybody else. I got my teammate got punted into me, which punted me up into the into the wall. So that was frustrating to see people playing those games up at the front of the pack, kind of laying back and not trying to drive past the other, just trying to stay side by side, even though the lines were getting run. So it's pretty frustrating that goes on, but it is what it is. We'll move on and get to the next one.
Absolutely.
Well, awesome job with the Xfinity Series. I've had a lot of fun running with you on Friday nights. I know you're the commissioner of that, so awesome job this year. I'm looking forward to next season and that as well. Before we let you go, anybody you want to thank? Any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, I got to shout out Holl Heating and Sheet Metal, Thin Blue Line USA, Kinder Farm and Ranch, Shappy Edits, Meal Racing Designs, E-Racing TV, you guys, Intensity Broadcasting, and then my teammates over at Big Fish Motorsports. We've had a rough weekend this week. None of us have really gotten the finishes we wanted, so they're a good group of guys. We're going to bounce back, and I believe Homestead's next, so
Yep.
we'll be getting ready for that.
Yeah, you got 2 weeks to turn around for Homestead as you have the 4th of July weekend off, which we all celebrate our independence. So awesome job tonight and with the league, and hopefully next week is better for you guys over at Big Fish Motorsports.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys, and God bless America.
Absolutely. So that was our spotlight driver, Logan Sturgeon there. And I also just got word in the chat that our race winner will be receiving a plaque from Southwest T-Shirt Company. So that's awesome that they do that. I didn't have the full sponsor read for the Rebels, Saturday Night Rebel trucks, so I do apologize for that. Joe, I think you see it up on the screen, and I think you can agree with me on this one.
I do, 100%.
Yep. Our hard luck award tonight is going to have to go to Zach Wetstein, who started up at the front, had a great run going. Unfortunately for him, got caught up in a few different incidents, had some internet issues as well. So finishing 38th, not the run he wanted to have tonight, but that's going to definitely be our hard luck award. Who did you want to pull for the? I'm going to let you pull this one. Who's your paint job tonight?
I like Griffith's paint job.
I'm going to go with William Griffith.
Small.
What's that?
The Pepto.
The Pepto.
The Pepto machine. Seth Griffith.
So Seth Griffith will win the paint job for tonight for Schmiel Design's best paint. And I'm going to go ahead and throw out my Mr. Irrelevant tonight, because I think Mr. Irrelevant is a pretty distinguished honor tonight. And that's going to go to, I saw his name a few minutes ago, Gary Wright. Gary Wright, someone we did not talk to tonight at all. Talk about, I think you mentioned his name once when you were given the readout, and you said he's got a great last name.
His name on the unofficial results, and I'm like, damn, I didn't even know there was a Wright in here. So that's awesome.
But coming home 22nd, not the start he had, but someone we just didn't talk about tonight. So I want to give a shout out to our Mr. Irrelevant for the evening. And yeah, that's gonna do it for us. I know my sleeper pick tonight. unfortunately finish behind your sleeper pick tonight, but
And my sleeper pick had this thing wrapped up, so I might have to go call up Mr. Necula in a minute. So.
but honestly, awesome race tonight. I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. As we're taking a look in 2 weeks, we're going to be at Homestead, as we mentioned. Then the short track of Richmond, the 1.5 miles of Atlanta, short track at Bristol, back to Charlotte, short track at Martinsville. I mean, it seems like we're going long track, short track, back and forth most of the season.
Okay with that.
Yeah, and I like seeing North Wilkesboro there in the playoffs as well.
For sure. And I love the racing at Phoenix and Kansas as well, and Vegas. I mean, that whole playoff run is awesome. So it'll be good.
For sure. As we want to thank you all for coming out tonight, supporting us, supporting the teams here. Without you guys watching the races, it just wouldn't be anything for us. So we do enjoy you guys coming out tonight. My name's Josh Holl. I've been joined tonight by Joe Wright. Joe, anything you want to add to that tonight?
No, man, just that the first race of the season is always an awesome one. And I'll tell you what, those guys put on a show again here at the Original Rebels Racing League. And we'll see you guys in 2 weeks, the 14th.
Yep. Don't forget to
10th,
like.
11th.
Yep. The 11th. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Make sure you get notifications to know when we're broadcasting, racing here on Intensity Broadcasting 7 days a week. So don't forget to check that out. Also check out the Original Rebels Racing Network. They do have some races that aren't raced broadcast here on Intensity Broadcasting. And for myself and everybody in Intensity Broadcasting, Original Rebels, and E-Racing TV, thank you for coming out. Like, follow, subscribe, and as Atlee Atman we would say, over and out.